And welcome back to our weekly D&D Tomb of Annihilation group. They have finally reached down into the Chamber of Horrors. The Last Resort Company have uncovered another shrine, another tomb, should I say. This one seemingly belonging to Unk. The spiraling patterns and scintillating colors definitely clue you in on that. And, well, as a small little recap last week, it's very quick, because all you did was come down the set of stairs, saw the likes of another skeleton key dash down a hallway around a corner, and as you followed him, you uncovered a strange mirror. And as soon as one of you felt a pull towards it, you realized this is no ordinary object. And I believe, yes, and you got too close as well, and then suddenly switched places with something. And where Yasin once stood, a raging Minotaur hefted an axe in his hand, and we rolled initiative. And Ignir, you shattered the mirror on your first turn, and as soon as that happened, all chaos broke loose, including 11 other creatures that were trapped within inside this magical object. The resulting clusterfuck of combat ended with, I think, everyone in the party alive, including the Yuan-Ti, known as Yaru, Clad Zulbris, who is a drow spellcaster by the looks, and finally this newcomer, a paladin of Omu, and right-hand bodyguard to the queen, Napaka. And she said that she came here searching for her queen, saying that Napaka was entering into the tomb bargain with Acererak himself, and she never came out. As you ventured into this place, you told the story of what happened, your feats of overcoming several traps, monsters, and losing your shield at one point throughout the dungeon, but finally getting trapped within this mirror. Seems as though it has preserved your life, not needing to eat, drink, or even sleep within the mirror. It sort of almost kept you in a time stasis. And finally, these adventurers, some hundreds of years later, have freed you. Esri has joined the party. And as you come around to the familiar door, this one had like weird serpentine head sticking out of it. Had a familiar stench though, so you didn't need to go near it. You uncovered there was some sort of trap within the ceiling. And Yasin, as you got down to the bottom and started trying to inspect this chest, was when a boulder the size of a tangerine came hurtling towards you. You leaped over it using the ring of yumping and managed to get past it. Then it hurtled down, smashed through the chest, and landed into a pit of acid on the other side.
I'm sorry, did you say that
Amongst the
boulder was the size of a tangerine?
possibly.
All that panic.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you see, it's hard to tell what looks like a big object on the map. Yeah. No, it really was the size of a natural boulder. Like, we're talking Temple of Doom style.
Right.
But
Because
I couldn't help myself and quote Batman. But anyway, so anyway, yeah. Moving on, you found a invisible key within the wreckage. Peculiar. Hopped over the acid pit and inspected the maze at the far end on this balcony. And I believe Kubazan urged Esri to be the first one to touch the maze. And at the center of there was some sort of glowing button. As you pressed it, you felt yourself falling into its smoky corridors. And you found yourself literally within the center of the maze itself. The rest of the party, as soon as this happened, felt a rumbling feature across the tomb. All of these secret doors simultaneously grinded open, revealing a army of Minotaur skeletons, each one of them wielding a battle axe of considerable size. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
yay.
Yay. Oh god, there's so many skeletons. Hey.
Okay. And don't forget Shield Guardian as well.
He's in there.
Okay, no good.
16.
All right, so in that case, the top of the round, I believe EQ has seen kind of standing in the center of all of this has the best advantage and kind of the spatial awareness to act first. They are immediately going to probably cast Blessed. That's a good call. Let's get Blessed out as quickly as possible on probably the two people who look like they're in most danger. And that is Carrick, Ignir, and who else can we hit from here? 30-foot radius. If I can position myself here. Look at that. Mathematics. All right, EQ positions yourself in the air in the middle, and Yasin, you are also just barely in range for the bless spell. So
Wonderful.
that's going to be her turn, and it is Claude Zolbris. He is not got a good angle from this here position, so but he can hear what's going on. In fact, let me just check. You can see several Minotaurs actually. Looks like you need some backup in there. I'm sure this won't be a problem. And he probably speaks some ungodly incantation. Uchranaf, Ildechortish. And a summoned demon appears right next to you, Carrick. A magical summoning
Oh yeah.
of
He's a good
of
guy.
a shadow
for
demon
sure.
appears.
Totally
It's a
good guy.
50% chance that that's a 50-50 chance of success as well. Oh, let's see what happens. Let's roll a d20. Okay, if on a 1 to 10, this fails. Oh, Lord. That failed. He rolled a 6. That was, Okay, so you see the shadowy puff right in the space. And afraid something seems to block his spell. This cursed tomb seems to block my communication with certain minion.
Ooh, you
You're
suck.
on your own now. You're on your own over there, Tris. Yeah, he's going to back up a little bit. That'll be his turn. And the first Minotaur skeleton charges. He actually has to squeeze past this pillar. So it's kind of awkward. He's like, excuse me. Sidles along, turns around, and then sees you, Carrick, the nearest target. Swoosh
Fully.
straight towards you with a great axe.
Oh, I'm gonna get pinned in here. Optimus.
He has got flanking with the other guy. What's your AC?
I'll pop a shield. Let's just get this. It's gonna happen at some point. So
Sure. Okay then. Shield blocks it. Yeah, no flies on you for now. I think that's it. He only gets one attack, which is
oh really? Okay.
yeah, it's a saving grace. But there is something that can trigger an extra attack. But because you're right next to them, you've kind of saved yourself from the run up. So that's it. That's their turn. Yasin.
Well, no point like the present. I've been waiting on using this for a long time. What is the height between this balcony and down? Like, is that a check or?
It looks to be, well, judging from the staircase, it goes up at least like 15 feet. I'm going to say that's probably about a 10 feet drop.
Am I okay to hop on down that as part of the turn, or do you want me to?
Yeah, I'll
Go
say give me
all
an
the way
acrobatics
around.
check, and you can vault over it and land safely.
I use my bonus action to Blade Song, thus giving me advantage on this check for a 19.
Nice. Yeah, you do. You make it. You vault over, landing deftly on your feet, and you
Right,
can
so
continue your
I'm
action.
going to go here. So total, I moved 20. I still got there, and I cast Steel Wind Strike.
Oh,
Yes.
you've been holding this one for a
Oh, hang
while.
on. That doesn't count. That's not what I wanted. That's just the spell. So
Okay.
Yasin kind of cracks his knuckles, untangles his whip, and goes, "Oh, I've been looking forward to this." And then he just disappears like it's fucking anime. He reappears 5 times, targeting each Minotaur in turn. He appears only for a moment as a dope-ass shape in the middle of a whip. And every time he appears, it's like, it's over in a heartbeat. But in the meantime, that guy's getting a
the
steel
heart won't be
strike.
beating.
Oh! Right away!
Damn. Oh god.
What a
That's
day!
in-
And I get to
That's
do that
into
4 more times.
splinters.
Oh,
Lord almighty.
dope. Next one.
It's dead. Oh my god, so good.
That one takes 31. If that 12 hits.
A 12
plus.
on this thing actually
That
is
says it
literally just what
hits.
you needed. Yeah, it's
Dope.
a hit. Oh my god.
That is
Good
a
start.
natural 1. It happens. And
Oh, no.
next one. That's a 23 to hit. So that's definitely going to hit.
That's it.
And then that
Mhm.
next one. That is a
Bless.
miss.
Plus.
Plus
Oh,
bless. Dope. So I can't miss. If 12 is the AC.
12 is a hit. And just which one was that? Was that
That was this last one.
Top one.
this one
For
here? So we
24.
took 24. Nice.
I'm then
alright.
going to use the rest of my movement. I get 20 feet.
Damn.
And no, I'm just gonna
Fine.
be smart and back all the way up there.
Okay, yeah. The first one to receive that full impact just shatters into splinters. The other 3 don't know really what just happened. They kind of look around for a moment. They see Ignir and think that maybe even he did it. And they just roar in a skeletal clatter. I'm going to say going over to this guy's turn.
Bring it.
It's fine,
Good.
just a casual 173 damage in a turn.
Oh, sorry, I was a little bit rusty there. I actually missed a couple, but I was in a rush.
You gotta make sure to stretch your hamstrings before you try and do anything like that.
Yes, I kind of yell at the drow. I could do it better if someone put down some fairy fire. Hmm? I actually can't.
Once
I'm out
I've
of
got a
5th
good
level
angle on them.
spell slots, but don't worry. You
Right.
just go about doing you.
This Minotaur comes out of his little chamber, turns, backs up about 5 foot, scrapes his hoof against the ground, and then charges straight towards you, Carrick. This one will get their charge attack. So, let's go with the ghoul.
Misses.
He's flanking, but the shield is still a miss. So yeah, he just bumps into the arcane barrier, shakes his head for a moment, trying to get away the concussion. I think he can't take the extra attack, but he has to hit with it. Yep, that's it. Okay, that's it. So you're good. Next up, Vaughn.
Vorn is going to, obviously panic that Carrick is. He's just going to run over to this
He was
one.
ringing alarm bells, wasn't he? Okay, go
And
ahead.
won't attack. And just a normal roll. Doom. Not his best work.
Which one are you hitting? Oh no, that one. Okay.
So 7 and 8 for 15 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Well, you'll be pleased to know that the heavy fists of a metal giant such as Vaughn actually breaks bones like they're paper. You can see each blow shatters several ribs in one go.
Ooh,
It's highly effective. They're
vulnerable
weak to bludgeoning.
bludgeoning.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, he just makes him look like a brittle paper mache Okay, that's going to end Vaughn's go, going down to Carrick.
I'm really pinned in there, huh? Carrick is going to he's going to use his action to do a turn undead. I don't think I can move anywhere, but yeah. So that's just those. It'll be like my whole side over here. These 5.
Okay. I'm going to click into the chat for us.
Yeah. Sorry.
And that way I can click the save, I think. Oh, no. All right, I'll just roll it
Or
like
can I? I can actually probably maybe I can select and roll for it.
it might work. If not, I'll just do the old-fashioned way.
Oh,
there
it's
it is.
weird. It should be a
Okay,
DC
that-
17 though.
Get it? Okay. Well, that's a fail. Another fail. That one just passes. And the last 2 fail as well. So I believe this one right here is the only one not feared by your
All right.
turn.
I will bonus action pop out the spiritual weapon and quack it for 7 force damage.
Which one was that? This one, okay. Nice. So yeah, it kind of staggers
turn.
back. The only one barely able to kind of resist your effect and then immediately plonked up the head with a strange ethereal looking book. Okay, Minotaur skeletons are up. They stumble out after that blow has probably taken off a few of their collarbones. They look around, see Ignir as potentially the closest. Yeah, I'll say so. All right.
Come at me, bro.
He's charging towards Ignir. Goes
Ah,
straight in with his horns. 13 misses.
Oof.
Even with I think flanking is not going to help him either. Nope. He just kind of screeches off your adamantine armor, and that's going to end his go. The one opposite side you, though, seizes the opportunity to bring down the axe. 24 to hit. Straight into your shoulder. Crunch. Ignir, you're up.
Ow, I don't like this. I'm going to immediately throw, basically spit into my hand and then crystallize it into Armor of Agathis. And then, actually, no, that is a terrible idea. I'm going to Thunder Step.
Nice.
All the tokens just disappeared.
Oh. That's not right.
everything
No one
looks
else has
okay to
lost
me.
that, has it? Okay.
No, I see that little skeleton key.
Yeah, I went to cast the spell and then it freaked out. Let me
did it?
try
Okay. Just do a quick reload, yeah.
But yeah,
While
I
you
would
do
like
that.
to disappear and reappear where Yasin was standing above everything. But let me.
Hey.
And then all the things to all the peoples.
Who just hit me?
Oh, well.
Stop that.
Don't worry about that. Sorry. Okay, so this is going to be a dex save, or is it a con?
I will
Thunder
tell you
Step.
when it's
Con.
Give me 1 sec.
It's con thunder.
All right. Thunders.
Yeah, it should be con save of 17.
Okay, gotcha. I'll do that now. Go with the first one, I think. Natural one. 10 fails. Actually, they should have +2 to that. No, that was +2 already. Okay, 15. That's not going to cut it. I think that's all of them. The other one's kind of behind a wall right now, so you're hitting the immediate 3 here. So
That's fine.
23
Yeah.
thunder.
And I just realized, unless anyone else is shedding light, which I don't think they are, I can only see a brief spot on the stairs.
So I did give you light because you normally have your flame tongue sword up, but
But yeah, I don't have it
I
right now.
do-
So all I'm seeing is Carrick has light
he
around
has
him.
he's
I have
concentrating on
light
the
around
light
me.
spell. The other thing
Yes.
you can see is there is light coming from the sarcophagus because that is a scintillating pattern.
How many feet does it go out?
It's about 40 feet from you.
Yeah. Well, sorry. How much light from does the sarcophagus emit? Like, is it just around it?
Oh, yeah, just on it, really.
Okay. Then I will just teleport behind it, and end up
Cool.
almost bumping into Jason. Like, oh, sorry. Trying to get out of there. Nice show before.
And as he's finished saying that, you hear a rain of bones behind him. As I think I haven't done the damage for all of these yet. Yeah, I think this is the last one. Cool. That shatters into pieces, killing at least another one of them. The other two look cracked, barely able to function. Okay. It is more Minotaurs, but this one is currently turned, and you're blocking him. So all he does is kind of cower in the corner. Does he make a save at the end of his turn? No, he doesn't.
I don't think there's a save.
He's just turned for a minute. Unless he
Yeah.
gets hit.
Cool. All right. He's out of commission. So is this one, really. He kind of came out,
Just
immediately
run.
saw you, and
Spend
then
his
just
turn. Yeah.
running.
Spend his turn running away from me.
Okay. And this one cowers in the corner as well. All right. EQ's up in the air. That's no good for him. Guess he's coming for you guys in the shadows. Yeah.
How smart are they? Vorn's right in a direct line right in front of him.
He is, but he definitely saw Ignid unleash that spell. And you can see where he went as well. I'm going to have him charge straight after him. He's going to go for a gore. Oops. Okay. It still misses poorly, though. It looks like he's stumbling around on almost like one leg, as the other one's been shattered away. He kind of hops towards you and then tries to steady himself on the sarcophagus. And end his go.
I just imagine that I like older brother face or put my hand on its head and just kind of like slide back.
Right. Yaru is at the top of the stairs. And it's actually fortunate that that one did come down towards Ignir. Now Yaru's got a clean shot at it. And gets a longbow out. He can make 2 attacks. Second one hits as well. So we got 17 damage to this guy. He doesn't take poison. But you do see an arrow shoot straight through his neck, sending his head into kind of like a 360 spin. And that's going to end his go. Back at the top of the round, Ezri, meanwhile, you are inside this maze, and just want to see if this works. Just, it's probably going to be the worst decision. But I'm going to activate the scene and see what happens.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. I did it. You couldn't stop me.
Well,
Oh.
I'll reload.
now I can't
Burst
see and
in
my
hell.
Chrome has crashed.
Yay! Okay, so for the viewers, I made this ridiculously large map. It was way too big to be even reasonably considered useful for Foundry. But at some point, it did work. I just wanted to see if it did, because Even if you get it for one turn, I'll be happy. I spent so long on it.
I'm here. I'm on it.
You're good. All right, Revi, go ahead. Just start moving. I mean, Ezri, sorry. Just
Oh
go
god.
ahead. Move your token. You're not in initiative. Just go.
There's so much stuff. Oh god. Okay, Revia and Ezri and
I
Nota are
know.
here,
I just
but
thought.
fuck them.
thought I'd check.
Right.
All right.
I'm here.
My GPU
Cool.
is having a great time.
Three.
Um, how much am I allowed to move? Where am I allowed to
Do
move?
as much as you want. You literally just go crazy.
Speedrun.
Yeah, speedrun this.
I don't know how to solve a maze. I'm too dumb for this.
It's working. It's working. All right. Well, we'll see how far they get in a second. I'm just gonna look at my music.
I know that no door was found in my reach. I'm not looking for a door. I'm looking for a way out.
Oh yeah, if you walk into a wall, that message will pop up.
Oh my god, what the hell?
Is there any way we could get her vision so we can appreciate your map?
Yeah, sure. Let me see if I can do that real quick. It's a great idea. I'm gonna give everyone viewer ownership. I'll give owner for now. Let's see what happens.
Oh god, where am I?
Oh lord, I did not mean
Revire's
to
on
do that.
here.
Sorry about that. Go down here. And yes, revival is there for a
And
moment.
Firefox crashed. Sorry, viewers. I will be with you soon. Enjoy my desktop.
Just know that what's happening is Revi is going through these twisting corridors, left, right, left, right, taking whatever way they can. This place seems huge. When they saw the maze on the wall, it was ginormous. You couldn't solve it within 10 minutes. It may have taken like a good hour to sort of trace their finger through. But everything is well lit. Twisting corridors seem to have this kind of almost glow about them. And above you is this kind of swirling smoke. As you quickly rush around a corner, you see a body bled out. They're slumped in the corner. They have no armor on them, and a severe lack of skin as well. You can notice they're not
Okay.
moving.
Is there anything on them?
Go ahead and have a little investigation check.
I'm looking for a key. I don't have time to to waste.
You
So
are looking for a
investigation.
key. Yeah.
Where did I go? Okay. Nope.
You do not find a key on this person. If they had any belongings, they're long gone, stripped away, stripped as much as their flesh has been, completely flayed.
Excellent. Goodbye.
Firefox is not doing this.
Okay, we will go back to the next scene in a second. Then we're gonna give her 30 more seconds to explore this little place, then we'll jump back to you guys.
Trying to find an edge.
Okay.
There is-
Oh, hang
Um,
on. I know what I can do. I know what I can do.
Okay.
and
A pile of bones is scattered on the ground.
On Chrome.
There's an arrow. Is this a door?
There is, funnily enough, there is an arrow painted in blood on the floor, pointing forwards and to the left. As you look down the corridor, you see some kind of chest.
I feel like the fact this is painted in blood isn't a good sign.
It is up to you to decide what to do.
Let's just. I'm trying to find out how far am I from the middle. Oh, fuck, I'm fair good. Okay, nah. Fuck this. I'm trying to find an edge first.
Okay, you want to find the edge. All
yeah,
right, you press on then, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fuck this creepy thing.
that's for everyone else. I'm gonna jump back to the chamber myself and try to pull Yasin back.
Just tell me when to stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I've got it.
Oh, you do?
Well, my Chrome can. And sorry, there's only one viewer, and I think it's me. My Chrome can handle it, but Firefox is shitting the bed. So if I just view my Chrome window,
That doesn't.
it's just about okay. Downside being, people are going to see my character sheet and stuff when I bring it up, but whatever. I don't mind people looking at my drawers.
Dead end, Ezri. You come around the corner, just a pool of blood is the only thing giving you any sign that someone came down here. Yeah, and I think with that, I think that is a good place to jump back to the others, because you're like, damn it, shit. As you look around, you realize you got some backtracking to do. Okay, I'm going to go back, activate this scene. Okay.
Ah, it's pulled me over to that one.
It would have, yeah. I had to, just to make,
That's
for the
cool.
sake of ease, I had to, I think.
No, that was totally fine. That's totally fine. I just freaked out, but
I can't see this one.
And I think, who else is still left on there? Yes.
Can't see, but I'm just reloading.
Okay, do a quick reload. And at the top of the round, Iku, she's gonna see. No one's actually. Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. Igna's bleeding out. Gonna rush over to you and try to flank the one that just taken a good swing, and to coil around its head and bite it. 12 is a hit, and with it, she has pierced the fangs into the skull, clenching tighter until it shatters. She got a natural 20. Nice. Good job. Okay, that's going to go to Clad Zobris. Ah, well, seems you already have it under control anyways. What else is there left for me to do but sit back and cheer you all on? That's it. I think he's gone. For now, he's going to skip his go.
Ah,
It is. He really can't get a good angle unless he wants to hit the one that's feared. So he's deciding to be not helpful rather than be detrimental. So it is a battle axe to the face for you, Carrick. Unless, of course, you have shield slot. Well, actually, I guess this one doesn't really pose a threat because he is trying to run away. So I
Yeah,
guess you
he's
can't really.
scrabbling against the wall.
Yeah, I won't count that as flanking for that. So yeah, he does barely
Cool.
miss. If only something was backing him up. Okay, going down to Yasin.
I'm going to slap this guy around a bit with whip.
Cool whip.
Cool whip.
Cool.
Sorry, which one? This one's dead. My bad. There you go.
Lovely. Did
Yeah,
he
go
die
ahead. You can
beforehand?
redirect that. Yeah, you
No.
can redirect it to something else, actually.
Nice. Then I'm gonna take my movement.
Go on this one instead. So he takes 10 slash.
Cool. He takes 10 slashing, and I'd like to chuck my green flame blade on that bad boy.
No, Iku.
So he takes another. Sorry, Iku. This guy takes another 2 points of fire damage, and then this guy takes 11 points of fire damage.
11.
And
He is
then
getting charred to pieces.
I'm gonna slap that guy again. Ooh, only 10 to hit.
Ooh. He catches the whip in a bony hand and throws
You're,
it
you're
aside.
blessed. You're blessed.
I am blessed.
Go on, Iku.
12.
12 is a hit. And as he throws it away, you simply, with a flick of a wrist, snap it back into him and shatter him to pieces.
Suck it.
Okay. That's going to end your go.
So I'm gonna take a 10-foot step back this way.
Clawing, scrabbling away. He is climbing up the steps. You could take an attack of opportunity with Vaughn, but...
No.
So,
Vaughn is,
okay.
Vaughn is wise.
Vaughn is wise.
Ways.
Vaughn is wise. Vaughn's go.
Vaughn, gonna smack that one. Yeah, Carrick kind of just like, their link. He just knows that's the boy to hit. Oof, misses. Is he flanking with Carrick?
He is, actually. You can get that hit through, and 9 becomes
Great.
18 as you crunch down the
And-
back of its spine,
Oh,
probably severing several vertebrae, and another good clean hit pushes him into you, Carrick, and at this point you're like stuck in half of its broken rib cage. It's like leaning over, like hunched near death. Okay, it's your turn, Carrick.
and Carrick will bonus action, spiritual weapon. Same one. For 10 or 5 points of force damage.
5 force. Still barely standing.
And then what do I have? Yeah, I'll do a Toll the Dead on it as well. So that will be
Failed. And the necrotic damage
18.
racks his bones and reduces him to dust. And I think,
Yeah.
do you want to move anywhere?
The character just kind of turns around, like both hands kind of rising up, so that they're like outstretched towards each one of the scrabbling minotaurs that are trying to escape through the back wall of the coffins, or the just you're not being released into us. We're being released into you.
Fantastic. Okay, Ignir, you're up after that.
So 4 are fleeing. 1 is still locked in its little cage.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's actually pulling away, and as you observe a said cage, you realize there was actually a tunnel leading from it.
I mean, I say that as I have no vision of any of those things.
That's true. Yeah, fair.
I forgot I need to click on my token for these things. Oh God. In an effort not, I will wait for an enemy to to start moving towards one of my friends, and I will Eldritch Blast it when the time comes. But I can't see shit right now, and I'm
Can't
very.
you see the ones that I'm next to?
Yeah, they're feared though.
Yeah,
I'll
but
wait
it's about
until-
that time.
I know. I'll wait until someone hits it, and then I'll hit it too.
All right, holding an Eldritch Blast. The one pulls itself around the corner, stumbles into you. Yeah, well, let's see. Iku's closer. He did come down to bite. So yeah, he will kind of charge into Iku and go for a gore. And did he hit? Oh my god. Yes. Praise Baal, I have hit with 14 points of piercing damage. She then must make a strength save to see if she can even remain upright. She falls down from the impact. The serpentine form is impaled on one of the horns, and she hasn't got enough time to push away as a battle axe. Let me just check. A hit on the gore takes an extra 2d8 piercing. Okay, let me just do that then. 2d8. Yep, so an extra 6. And pushed back 10 feet and then knocked prone. So then she is literally pulled off of the horn, thrown away to the pile of bones behind you. Yes, and end is go. Okay, and at the top of the round, once again. Oh wait, Yara can get a couple hits, and he's not got a clean shot. So let me just take these with cover effectively. Ooh, 2 hits.
I'm trying to hit Iku.
7. Sorry, yeah, I missed that one, don't worry. Oh, damn. Yaru is coming in clean. The last final arrow snipes him through the side of the skull, and the pile of bones falls where it stood. And we are going to jump to the top of the round and do it again. We're going to go back to Esri in the maze.
Oh, F's in chat
F's in chat for the
Oh,
for the computer.
for my
I've
CPU.
lost
Oh
it.
my god. Look at it go.
Apparently, I don't have any tokens of vision.
Nonsense. You're right here.
I know.
Oh man.
Oh,
I
thanks,
don't have
mate.
a token of vision. Let me reload. Well, I'm
Try the
reloading.
reload. If anyone
Um,
else makes it on the map, let me know and then they can control Esri. I'll let you even have a go at the maze. Because they run into a dead end and that's just not fun.
So I have a quick question. Looking
Yes.
up, what do I see? Is there
There's
just
this
an
smoky
enclosed
trail
lane?
above you,
How
but the
high?
climb on the wall doesn't look impossible,
Excellent.
but it doesn't go into anything that you can see clearly.
I can see her. I have her. And I
I
can
would like
control
to-
her.
Go
Let you
ahead. I'll let you have a go. It may be disorientating for when Kirsty comes back, but
Oh, I'm back.
give it a... Oh, you're good? All right.
You can have a play if you
You'll
want.
never
but I was
take
gonna
me
say
alive.
I'd like to pop my wings.
Oh, okay. As an action, you can.
And
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
like to...
Not that anyone knows about this. I'll
No.
I'll save the description, but yeah, I understood what you're doing.
And I would like to cast Locate Object to find a key.
Ooh, within 1,000 feet, correct?
Mhm.
That is gonna
That's-
ping several times. Oh boy, yeah, 1,000 feet.
That's 300
Ah,
meters.
heartbreakingly enough, that wall, that dead end you came to, you could sense that there was a key potentially on the other side, maybe 80 foot away from you. But as you try to fly up, let me see what happens. You're actually going up and into the smoke.
If I can not go into the smoke, but I suppose if I could get up enough to like peek my head over one of the walls without getting wrapped up in that smoke, that'd be great.
The smoke kind of coalesces around the top of the walls where they kind of would be able to peek over. So,
It's
it's a tricky one.
gonna be it's cool. I'll move faster. We'll just fly about for a bit.
Okay, so you can fly around. I'll let you do that. Go ahead. Move as much as you like. At the very least, you have the benefits of Fog of War, kind of telling you where you've been.
Locate object. So I suppose I would like to head on over to the closest king.
Okay,
Yeah.
so in order to do that, you're gonna have to
You
backtrack
need to move about. Yeah.
several places. So you backtrack around to where you saw the bloody arrow. This was the last time you didn't encounter a dead end, and you came from the left. So logically, if you go straight forward, maybe you'll encounter something else instead. Sorry, right, if you go right. Or you could inspect that chest, but I will tell you, there doesn't seem to be a key pinging on your detect object. Not from there anyway.
So go right as in like straight ahead.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Go ahead.
Zoom.
Alright.
I'm
Let me
sorry, I'm
find
trying to
where-
go quickly, but this map's
No, it's good, it's good. You're going fast. You've already uncovered a good portion of it. Another dead end up ahead, but the path just split to the... There you go. And then again, split again. Almost like repeating yourself, and you think you're having deja vu.
God, I feel like
This maze is just one of its own... It's a monster in of itself.
okay, dead end. Also dead end.
Okay, at this point, you do feel a key is within range. All the way in the bottom right, you sense there is a key.
Okay, zoom. Hopefully. Oh, shit,
Okay.
got it. We found an edge.
You have.
Ha!
At this point, you sense there is like this different wall it feels more solid and it looks kind of earthy. You have found an edge. And at the end of this edge, another skeletal form lays completely desiccated and rotten.
Excuse me. Don't mind me. Thank you so much.
You feel the key's presence getting closer.
Oh my god. This is labor intensive. Bloody hell.
A lot of button pressing, isn't it? Okay.
S.
You got a decision to make. To the left with your vision, you can see that there is a set of huge double doors. They look big enough for a giant to fit through. And then down to the right is just a long extending corridor. Can't see all the way to the bottom, I don't think, but you can, but yeah.
Okay.
It's up to you where you want to go.
You said it was pinging bottom, right?
South, yeah, southeasterly. Bottom right.
Yeah, let's keep going. But I know where this is. This is like on the edge. That's fine. Let's try and go through. I don't really want to go through any sort of.
On the double doors, I will say there is a depiction of like a bull-headed male with a massive battle axe. So yeah.
Nope.
That's not tempting. Thank you so much, though.
Okay. All right. No worries.
Ah, fuck. Am I just about to circle around? Probably. Balls.
At this point, you get a frustrated dead end.
Shit. Okay.
The only option is to backtrack.
I lost. Where was my skelly bud? Up here, please. Okay.
You sense the key is getting further away from you, and yet you know it must be close. If only there was a way around. Do you brave the double door? Or do you backtrack all the way you've come so far?
The fact that this is an edge is
Yeah.
kind of stressing me out. Because there's no point going through if there's an edge. But then again, the same thing isn't here. The same detail is not on this wall. Makes me think that maybe it is. Ah, fuck.
Right. It is an edge. I will agree. I will tell you that. But it feels different from the other walls. It's not glowing like the others. Which means it's either something on the other side or nothing on the other side. But any way to find out, push those doors open.
Yeah.
Hey. Your choice.
So it's just a set of double doors. So
It is. Yep.
Kubazan.
You
Left or
know
right?
what to do.
Left
Push
or right?
forward. Show no fear. There are monsters. Cut them down.
Left or right?
I say, kick down those doors.
Okay, both. Let's try and boot open these doors, but not actually boot open these doors because they're really big and I don't really break the foot right now.
You have the strength to heave this double door open, revealing a tiled interior, statues clad in armor, and torchlight extending into a massive long hallway. It is lit all the way down, some, maybe 300 foot roughly, and a key is sensed at the end. You can tell this is it. But right at the end, you can see in the very far distance a horned warrior scrapes his hooves across the ground.
Okay.
And at this point, I'd like you to roll initiative.
Excellent. Excellent.
You're up first.
Cool.
I hope
Bit
you got a
far
ranged
away.
attack.
You got some long
Not
running to do.
Dear God, you know who did have ranged attacks?
This is going to be just a charge towards each other, I reckon, for a couple of rounds. You are flying, don't forget, as well.
Struggling to cameraman here.
See, yeah,
Okay, it won't be long.
I'll get closer.
Sure, Ezre's going to get through this. No problem.
That's what flying speed. I think I can.
Just because you are flying, I will let you know that the tunnel is probably about 20 feet. No, let's go 15 feet high. It is
Okay.
it is volume enough that a Minotaur can walk around without having to duck his head.
I'm gonna fly up pretty much as close to the ceiling as I can get, and I should be able to scoot forward about 60 feet.
Perfect.
Bring me to
The Minotaur shows no hesitation and charges forward his own 60 foot. All right. Your turn again.
Okay. So this is going to. Geez, we're still pretty far away.
Yeah, it's still running. It's like that scene in Monty Python with the rushing up the wall towards the castle.
Who made
Like,
this?
"Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da."
Who made this damn place?
I did. Well, actually, kind of. I decided to use this damn place. That was my problem. All right, go ahead. You moved up 30, and he's going to have to dash. So he charges in, and of course, I don't think he can make. Minotaur moves at least 10 foot in a straight line. No, I can't make the action to do it, so that's all I'll do. Is he charges forward, looks like he raises his axe, ready, and it's your turn.
Cool. I would like to. Don't keep opening the wrong character
You're
sheet.
just gonna keep flying.
I'm gonna keep flying. And
Amazing. Okay.
So
I'll say, you can keep going. He's leapt up in the air, I'll say. He's trying to like
Nope.
bring it towards you, but you could try and get away from him.
Yep. Goodbye.
60 foot. All right. Tell you what he's gonna do. He's just gonna try to clip you with the axe, but as you're swooping through the air, he's gonna do it so disadvantage. Yeah, he just this whoosh past your head as you feel the battle axe just barely past your head. In the distance, you see there is a statue with a large basin held in its hands. In there is something glowing, a scintillating color. It's kind of rainbow waters are up ahead. Yeah. It's his go, right? Unless you want to do anything else.
Is it his go?
I think so, yeah, because you've charged past him.
Yeah, it's his
So
go.
he kind of skids and tries to spin around and rush back after you. And once again, he has to dash to get to you. So he doesn't get any action, so it's your turn again.
I would like to dash closer to the statue. Sorry, I'm just plugging my laptop in.
Alright. Yeah. I think once again,
Too much. Misses.
you've got a shield, haven't you?
Yeah, my AC is 21.
Yeah, he's not getting anywhere with that then. You do feel it clips the back of your armor, but it just, the slanted impact kind of just scrapes off. And up ahead, you can see it. There is, from your angle, a key resting in the bottom of these rainbow waters. There's also a number of chests. Who knows what's in those, but it's going to be his go once again. Catches up to you, but that's it. All he does in his turn.
Okey-doke. I would like to get up to the basin.
Okay.
Try and do the scoop.
You scoop it up, and as you scoop to pull out the key, you feel your body being scooped and lifted out of this realm. Key still in hand, as the raging Minotaur swings one last attempt and clangs into the statue instead. You are back with the others, and I'm going to pull you over.
Oh.
Yep.
Shit.
You...
Yay!
That was good.
That was quick.
Yeah, that
Yeah, you
wasn't
did.
as bad as what you
That was smart. No need to fight him if you can outrun him.
Nope.
Absolutely. Good use. Okay, I'm bringing everyone back. Pull Ezri back on the map. And straight after that, it would be Iku's go, who is righting herself and flies towards the corner to back up Carrick here. She will bite into one, seeing as now there is no real threat besides the cowering ones. So yeah, we'll go for that. And after that is Clad Zobris. And then Yasin, you're up.
Wonderful. A lot of dead Minotaurs.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll... where's my ruler? And over here. Are these guys technically within 5 feet of each other? I guess they are. Silly large creatures. Oh no, I just focus on the...
Yeah, you can get him. You can't really get anywhere though. He's stuck in a little cage.
Yeah, well, he's going to be less frightened now, but we got to start.
Yeah, so that one isn't.
taking these guys down.
Okay. And what did EQ manage to get done?
18 for 9, and then do that again. 17 for 10. Chuck a booming blade on that.
Okay.
So he's taking 19,
14 if he moves.
22, and then another 14 if he moves.
Cool. All right. He suddenly turns around, far more furious than he was just seconds ago.
Oh, and then I'm going to back away, and he's welcome to come at me with the opportunity attack.
I think so. Let's go for it.
Ooh.
Good lord. He
I'm
gets a
not gonna
good
be
hit.
Standing for that. My shield.
Shoot it is. Damn. You can hear this swoosh right towards your back, and it sounds like it's going to make that impact on your neck, and you bring up the arcane barrier,
Ooh, big boy.
sparing from being locked off. All right, that's going to end his, or your go rather. The other one is frightened still. Vaughn's up.
So which one just
Still
hit
on top of
Yasin?
this. This one in the corner here.
Oh,
He kind of shovels aside the bones, trying to get in there closer. Iku's flying up. You can get a hit in if you wanted.
yeah, Vorn's gonna just get in there. And just gonna roll. And
Crushing blow. He is down. He's just powdered bone in the corner now after the fist turns him into a mist.
and just Vorn just points up at the two running away up near Ezra.
Eric, you're up.
I'll bring the book to hit the one that's right next to me. Oof. I'm blessed.
Oh yeah. Should have made a con save to see if
So-
you are still blessed. You are still blessed. Okay, that's a good hit
So
though.
it's 11 force damage.
Okay, 11. I think. There it is. And he is no longer frightened.
Ooh, I think it makes that wisdom saving throw.
Just
I don't know
yeah.
why my spell DC is.
I will look into that in a bit.
I'll figure it out.
But
Oh, I see. I
now
see
you-
what it's doing. I see what it's
it
doing.
makes it okay. Ignore your held action would go off as this creature turns and is about to bring an axe towards Carrick.
Lovely. And then my Eldritch Blast will hit it, hopefully.
Yay, one.
You hit it.
Not very hard.
Whopping 6 points.
Okay, as those blasts connect, it's weathering the blows as it brings the axe down, hitting Carrick.
Does Ignir get his turn? Because that was his reaction.
It is his reaction. Yeah, I guess you can go again. Actually, Ignir.
He cast a cantrip. as a
Well,
reaction.
He had a held Eldritch Blast,
Got you.
one he could see,
But I guess
and
I
if
can't.
this one is in the light, he could see it.
I guess I'll. Can I even? I guess I can't see, so I'll move a little bit closer, and then
You can
pop it.
you can see if something is lit. There's just
Yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
moving away from things,
okay.
and I will hit it with 2 more Eldritch Blasts because I can't reach it for melee, and I don't want to kill Carrick with the ring. Ooh!
Use your
Mhm.
Hexblade's curse.
Do you want to use that? It's
So
once per day, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll use my Hexblade's Curse on it because it's the smart thing to do, and then I will hit it with 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Okay.
Hey, max damage! Yay!
That's better.
Yay!
And 7.
Okay, he's getting
And each of
Chunk
those
and
does an
chunk.
extra, I think 4? Yeah, each of those does an extra 4 points of damage.
okay, chunked again, and he's still holding on. He looks bloodied, or rather cracked after that, and he's going to still bring the axe down towards Carrick. So a 20 to hit Carrick,
Yeah, I'll just take that. I'll take.
16 then on the noggin, and that's going to go to
So,
the one goes like ow.
actually,
so-
no. Vorn is going to use his reaction to.
to pump your
Actually, I don't
AC.
know if that does it. Oh no, it doesn't quite do it. Never mind. But he will. I'll take 8 instead of 16.
You do, yeah. You only take 8. You can heal yourself back up, and then after that,
That's my turn.
yeah, the other ones are still feared, so and they can't really unfear, even though the rest of the allies are still getting under attack. Yaru can't, unless you want him to fire at this guy. I think seeing you guys are hitting more of them, I think he will go for it. He's going to attempt to shoot this one over here. And pulls back the longbow once again. Have you got dark vision actually? See that? Yeah, you can. Okay. Alright, fires. Nice, clean hits. Yaru is deft and elegant with a bow, making it look like a black mamba striking, spitting arrows in his direction. Going back to the top of the round, Esri, you have just bamfed back into place. There's still a kind of a bit of smoke around you, and you wafted away with your wings. Everyone looks in the direction as this kind of boom sound goes off. What do they see exactly? I'll let you describe it with the
Okay.
wings.
Okay. So, what you see is just a set of shimmering, like it's shifting between like a gold and the silver, massive set of. They're not physical wings; they're more like incorporeal. But her eyes are glowing, very, very brightly, and kind of like an awkward hand up, like, "Is everyone all right?" And,
You- Yeah, you look around the room, there's tons of bones, but immediately to your right, there is a skeletal Minotaur just suddenly shaking off the fear effect. And yeah, he looks pissed. He's about to come towards you, in fact, probably.
That's fun.
Unless you have something to say about it.
I very much do. Go. 16 or 13.
That's
and
a hit.
because my wings are out, it takes an extra 10 radiant damage.
Ooh, matters because he was about to hold on after that hit, but the radiant damage washes over the bones, shattering him and reducing it to dust, I imagine, from radiant damage.
Should be.
Love it. You got another attack?
I do. So we'll just scoochie over him.
This one's cowering in the corner.
Excuse me.
It's probably covering its eyes from the blinding light.
Go, call and go. 22, so that's 22 plus 10 radiant damage.
You only get the 10 once a turn,
Oh, is
unfortunately.
it 10
do I?
once? Okay.
Yeah,
That's fair.
That's fair.
Still, you, that Indio go?
I'd like to. Let's add a divine smite on that.
Alrighty. Ice it up.
Yeah, make it a bit more spicy. So,
Just 13. Okay. All right, it's effective, but it doesn't seem to be any more effective than what your blade cutting through it is. Still holding on, and this one hasn't been damaged at all until then, but steels itself against the light and readies to fight back. Okay, yes, and
Oh, I'm up. Good, 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 good. Last one, yes? There's one down
there
here
is
by
one
Carrick.
more.
I think Wingsy McGee over there will be fine. Skaboof. Misses. Oh, I'm blessed.
Yep, you still got blessed.
Hits.
That's enough. The
Jugnuts.
blessed turning, twisting feet once again. 8 slashing.
8 slashing.
Still
and
holds
then
on.
for 11. For 10 slashing. I'll bless again, but no point me rolling that again because that'll
Yep.
can't numerically miss. And then slap a booming blade on there. So
Oh,
it's 18, 23, and then 7 if he moves.
okay, well, he recoils from the first blow, flinches from the second, and as you pull the whip back and that thunder damage activates, you see him look down at his bones as they kind of reverberate and blow to pieces. That last 5 damage was exactly what you needed.
Delicious.
Okay, and can you just heal for 15, random?
Yeah, because I had a Hexblade's Curse on that
Oh,
guy.
love it.
I heal for my Warlock level plus my Charisma.
Perfect. All right, then, Vaughn. Vaughn might get the final blow.
Vorn's head is gonna swivel 180, and then his body is gonna swivel 180, and he's just gonna take 1 step and 2 step, and then just to head up the stairs, and
Oh, clang. He punches him, follows through, and you see his fist impact the wall from the run up, and where his fist was, it's just shattered bits of bone.
and
Random?
then damage. I don't know why I did that.
How did it say it
And then
misses? That's bizarre. Don't know what happened with that second hit, but I'm pretty sure your 21 does hit, right? That's
yeah,
yeah. Okay, that was weird. Okay, regardless, I think 12 bludgeoning will turn it into 22 bludgeoning, and yeah, this thing just turns into tiny little splinters and sticks on the ground. The clang of his battle axe is the last thing that sounds out across this ruthless battlefield. Ooh.
and Vorn just reaches out and just does like a little boop to Ezra's wings.
Little boop. Combat over.
Secret tunnel, secret tunnel, secret tunnel. Look, a secret tunnel.
There is a secret.
I
And
suppose
as you look down it, seems to turn down some 20 foot and then go to the left. And yeah. In fact, to mark the end of that battle, you hear a chime that rings out, echoes from the walls. But Yasin, you can definitely tell it came from that secret tunnel. It goes ding, ding, ding.
Maybe one thing at a time, Yasin.
No, I didn't do the chime. Isn't that the normally Withers announcement chime time?
I thought you were setting off the trap.
And then it probably rings. Ding, ding, ding.
I'm not a fan of the new Withers.
Is it like a? Oh, maybe it's like they have like their own version of Vorn.
Okay, so first things first, I think we have a new god in here.
We have a key. Yeah, we have a key.
Here's the key.
Yes.
Let's not get distracted. What did you find?
Yes, can I have that key?
Where'd you go?
Oh, thank you. Okay.
I'm just going to take a few steps away.
Yes, I'm just going to
Yeah.
Okay.
do a
The
quick.
key, by the way, Esri, just want to note this, because after the kind of adrenaline of battle wears off, you look down to see what you've acquired. And whilst it was within that smoky maze, it was shifting in colors continuously. But now that you look at it, it seems like it's now fixed on one color. And I would like you to roll for that color. So this is I believe, a D100. Let me double check. Get ready to see which color it is, everyone. Where is it? Okay. It is. Roll me a D100.
19.
Roll again.
Okay.
Yeah, keep rolling, and I'll tell you once it turns into something.
93.
93, that's perfect. All right, stop there. You have a purple crystal key. Yep, there you go. It was meant to be.
Here we go.
All right, so, yep, you hand it over to Yasin, and you head over to the scintillating chest.
I'm
And,
just going to
sorry.
quickly check for traps. 20.
Okay, as you examine the sarcophagus, you notice a tiny keyhole carved into its lid, right in the center of a spiraling pattern. The keyhole doesn't seem to penetrate into the interior of the sarcophagus. There doesn't seem to be any mechanics within to maybe even pick or disarm, but it does look about the right size for the key. And the sarcophagus continues to change colors every 6 seconds, shifting through these cycles of blue, gold, purple, green, red, and even black.
Okay, so what we're seeing on the map is like 3 colors at once, but the sarcophagus is actually going like one entire color every 6 seconds.
Yeah, correct, yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
it doesn't just all fade, it kind of washes over. So it starts like in a gradient. So it kind of like almost feels like that rainbow is kind of washing and gliding past it.
Okay. So purple key for purple. It's gotta be, right?
You'd think so, unless it's some sort of reverse psychology nonsense. If it is, though, say the least.
Just in case, like, okay,
Oh, go on.
go for it. Go for it. Go for it. I was just gonna say I could take more of a hit in case something bad happens, but
Well,
you've got this.
I'm here now. 1, 2, 3. Stick it in.
And are you waiting for a particular?
I wait for the purple.
You're waiting for. Okay, you wait for the purple to appear, and as soon as you do, you twist the key, and you see that the crystal key begins to impart its own crystalline magic over the sarcophagus, almost turning it into a crystalline, transparent texture. And you see that is also reaching up your hand. Your fingertips feel like this kind of cold sensation, and then your hand turns kind of crystalline for a moment.
Get it off. Get it off.
And as it washes all the way through you, you kind of like step away from the sarcophagus. I don't suppose Yasin's lost any appendages, have they? At all? Ever?
No.
Okay.
No, that would be me.
That would be you. Yeah, not that there's really any effects in D&D that kind of like do that, but if you had, then you would have recovered them. You felt like everything in your body is refreshed. Perhaps every cell in your body has just been replaced by a new one.
What happens to his crocodile eye?
That's a very good point.
of that, for a briefest of moment, returns to a normal elvish-looking eye
Ah,
with the same pigment as your other one. And then you hear the bachelor say,
Enough of your tricks, Unk. Come out. No more hiding in your little shell.
and you see your eye twitch slightly and returns back to the bachelor.
oh, that was very uncomfortable.
Carrick, I rolled that Arcana just to see if he recognized what was going on, and realizes that he could have grown his finger back and just kind of rubs the stubby part and just
Oh,
yeah, gonna be one of those days.
oh Lord. Yeah. What else did I forget to mention? Yeah, you probably would have seen like flashing images of starfish in your head, Yasin. But they, as you kind of come to, you look around. This chest, the sarcophagus, is now open, and inside it is filled with salt.
Salt.
Yeah.
Oh, because he's a snail.
Oh,
They dehydrated him.
that's so mean. Quick,
Sarek knows no bounds with his torturous method.
someone get me a bucket. Okay, hang on. So, I've got the amulet, and the crocodile in my head. Carrick, you've got
Yeah.
angry monkey. Ezra, you've got big scary frogtopus. Ignir, what you packing?
Loktaruga.
Yes.
I think I'm good.
So who's next?
I think.
Born.
I'm pretty sure Ezra or Iku could use another,
Oh, I think we can only have one.
but you can have multiple items.
Oh, right. But you have to pass a charisma saving throw to do that.
I think
Yeah, I mean,
Vaughn is a great idea.
We don't even know. We don't even know what the item is, right?
I do not see anything
Is-
in there. I
Carrick's
think you
gonna
have to go
cast
digging.
detect. I'll
Iku
cast detect
transforms
magic.
back into a human form. And did you cast? Well, sorry, detect.
Detect magic.
Okay. Well, the magic probably at this point the sarcophagus isn't like shining any colors anymore, but you do detect some magical object somewhere buried beneath the salt. It's giving off a aura of ooh. Funny enough, it's shifting in magic, very much like the sarcophagus lid. You can see an aura of orange, blue, scarlet. It's all dazzling hues.
Yeah, I'll mage hand start scooping.
As will I.
Okay. The buried remains are unearthed, and in there seems to be 10 opalescent bracelets. All of them are made from the shells of some sort of creature, but probably flail snails if everyone's... Yeah, you've encountered one, I think. I remember.
We've encountered. Yeah.
Yeah, so you see all these flail snail bracelets. And finally, right at the bottom, completely covered, and you kind of have to lift it out together with both your mage hands. And you shake it free of the salt, revealing a robe of scintillating colors. Let me just bring up a actual image of said thing. Because there isn't one, so I found my own art. I was like, yeah, I'll do. Gotta find it though.
this
Somewhere.
is where we see Philip Schofield in a Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Alright.
Vorn would look real cool in that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's kind of got this iridescent sheen to it as well. Find. Very, very deep. But nonetheless, this seems to be potentially the item of note. There is an aura of magic from it. Like I say, continually shifting. Hard to pinpoint exactly what it is.
I mean, there's no way that
some-
really wear robes.
Yeah, it's gonna go this iridescent pattern, similar to maybe like something like this. And you know what?
Should we just drape it over Vorn and
As
I don't.
you as you pull it
a
away,
cloak?
yeah, it is a robe. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that looks so fancy.
Oh. And imagine if Unk had a human form and wore this robe himself. This is what his skull would probably look like. Or her skull.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah, I just found some cool art whilst I was looking around. But yeah. So you've got it with your mage hands. Who is actually touching it or grabbing it?
I mean, Vaughn?
I mean, I don't think it's gonna go off on Vorn, but I mean, he would look great in it.
I was
He
like,
would look
think
great in
how
it.
handsome he'd look.
He will not be able to with his -4 charisma. I don't think there's a physical way he could pass a
His
check.
swanky disco cloak in the back, Kaiser war robot in the front.
Wait, if
Yeah,
we
yeah.
give it to Vorn, can Vorn be possessed by a god? Because then Vorn would be kind of self-thinking.
If there was one to be done, it would be Unk because Unk is
Mhm.
neutral. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna work, but I think no matter what, he's gonna at least carry it, right?
Yeah.
I could burn a first level spell so somebody else could grab it without getting possessed, but
I mean,
I think, as far as I remember, having another one in your head made it easier to keep them out, right?
Mhm.
I seem
It
to
did,
remember
yeah. You rolled with advantage.
I seem to remember the
Oh.
Bachelor saying, no, no, no.
I'll grab it then.
Okay. Esri, you're grabbing it.
Yeah.
In that case, as you pull it free from the mage hands, you see slime suddenly pours from the folds in the scintillating robe, and it suddenly takes form in multiple flail-like pseudopods, and a female voice echoes through the chamber and says, "I can help you. At least, I think that's what I'm supposed to do." And I'd like you to make a charisma saving throw.
Okie dokie. I will do that. Give me 2 seconds. I forgot how much my word is.
You should be more sure of yourself.
See?
Unk.
Okay. So this is actually a plus 14. So add 5 to this. So that's
What?
27.
You hear the voice as soon as Kubazan speaks and booms out their own voice. You hear the female one again. "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize this was occupied. I'll sit back down here then. I guess. Should you put me back in the sarcophagus? I don't mind waiting until this all blows over."
You don't if you don't mind, you could come with us. We're trying to get you all out of here, if that's all right. We can put you in our robot. Is that fine?
Yes, I wouldn't mind seeing the outside again.
Nope, no bother. And I will fold up.
I've always been a bit of a recluse, Unk. You're supposed to be helping us free our kin. And of course, destroy this evil. Will you aid us? Yeah, if that's what we're doing, I can tag along.
Oh my god,
Oh, I like Unk.
I love him.
Are
Pretty
they a
chill.
bad person? They're an evil most foul. Must be vanquished. Well, maybe we should hear their side of the story first. Ugh. Let's just get on with this.
I'll fold up the robes and carefully, very
Oh.
carefully.
Okay.
And I guess either put them in a bag or Vorn or wherever we want to keep it.
What does the fancy
Yeah,
robe
you
do?
could keep it in there. Oh, so the robe is. Give me an Arcana check, see if you can identify just at a glance what this is. I mean, there's never been one.
Oh,
Oh,
Carrick,
wow.
making me look like an idiot child.
Never been one handled by
Class
the Wizards
11.
of Candlekeep. But it seems you've heard of one, perhaps in your planar travels. This has 3 charges. It regains 1d3 at dawn. While you wear it, you can use your action to expend 1 charge on the garment and display a shifting pattern of dazzling hues until the end of your next turn. During this time, the robe sheds bright light in a 30-foot radius, dim for another 30. Creatures can see it, and if they do, they have disadvantage on their attacks against you. In addition, any creature in the bright light that can see you when the robe's power is activated, then must make 15 wisdom save or become stunned until the end of their turn.
Wow.
Until the effect ends. Apologies. Wow. Yeah, more stuns for Carrick if you ever wanted to try that on, but that is so strong.
But it's everybody. It's not like creatures you choose.
Right, yeah. That is a good point to note. There is no differentiating between allies or enemies. It's everyone within that 30-foot bright.
It's only to the end of your next turn, though, so it's not.
Become stunned until the effect ends.
Yeah, and the robe
Still
shifting
pretty
pattern
cool.
does.
Oh, yeah, sorry, you're right. Until the end of the next turn. Yeah, you're right.
It's still dope, though. Being able to have everything give disadvantage. Disadvantage to everything against you is pretty sick.
It is.
It's red and yellow and violet and I don't know the words. Let's go down here after a cup
Okay.
of tea.
Oh, yeah, let's go for a quick break. And when we return, we'll see what that dang chiming is they've heard perhaps 5 or 6 sessions ago. All right, let's be right back. See you in a bit. And welcome back. So, the party finishing off the rest of these skeletal Minotaurs cowering in the corners have made their way past one of the smaller chambers that they were trapped behind and found a tunnel. Pushing away some of the cobwebs reveals a 15 by 15 chamber. And as you approach, Carrick, you can hear a ticking noise. And see if I got some music for this.
I've still got detect magic up from Unk's sarcophagus. Do I see any magic-y
Around
things?
the corner, I would say, yeah, let me give you a description of what you see first. In this chamber, there is a standalone wooden cabinet. There are numbered dials at the top set into two ornate metal spokes. Beneath the dial, a pendulum swings inside an open compartment. An egg-shaped stone adorns the pendulum's tip. That's all you see initially. Then as you uncover potential auras of magic, you can see there is something. An aura of necromancy.
Okay. Well, good game.
Yeah.
I mean, this seems like a bad idea, right? Ignir? Ezra?
I
You're,
can't see anything,
you're
but I'll take your word for it.
Sorry, what's
Yasin, what do you think? I've got
Looking
I said both
sorry
of
to
them.
interrupt.
dials.
Looking past the aura of necromancy, which does seem to surround the whole clock, there is a pinpoint on the tip of the pendulum. That oval shape, that weird stone, that seems to be giving off a different magic separate from the rest of the thing. And I'm going to say it's probably divination. Yep. Divination.
That would appeal.
And it's very strong, by the way. Like, it may be a tiny object, but it is all condensed, like incredibly pressured divination magic, all in one little stone.
I'll kind of mentally just ask Vorn to go into there.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll necromancy. So there's some dials, you said?
Right. So let's see. Yeah, a dial at the top set with two ornate metal spokes. Effectively, it's a clock, what they're describing. But I'm sure that most fantasy characters probably never seen a great grandfather clock before.
I was imagining like little like radio dials.
No, the spokes are basically the
Okay.
hands, the hour and the minute. But maybe you've never seen something like this before. This invention does seem otherworldly, very intricate. You've heard of artificers before managing magnificent inventions, but this is something else.
I'm going to reach out and just. Oh, this could. We're all getting in here, huh?
Oh, no, you're quite right.
This could
Good luck.
go. Yeah, this could go poorly. I'm just gonna. Just like as I start to put my finger to touch the thing, do I get the sense that this might trigger anything? I'm essentially kind of checking for traps with. Oh god.
Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead. Roll me an investigation check. Okay. With that, I'll say kind of feel around for a moment, trying to see if there's any triggers, any kind of like switches that might pop if you was to do something. And I'm going to say that you do uncover something odd. When I mentioned that there was an open compartment, you feel there's an invisible barrier there. That's the description of it. But the compartment isn't open after all. You can tell there's something blocking you from just reaching in. And with the 22, you even find, as you kind of smoothing your hand across the surface, there's a hole around about the midsection on the right-hand side of the barrier.
Oh, didn't we find an invisible key just before coming in here?
We did, yes.
That
Who
seems
took the
like
invisible key?
I don't have it. I think yes.
I've got it. Yes. I go to toss
Yes,
you the
and
key.
here I'll get out of here, but you should
No, I'll throw
yeah,
it
right
to
in
you.
this middle spot.
Here you up. Catch.
Oh no. I think surely you must.
Ah, you dropped it.
That was the worst idea. Oh, dear.
I'm just kidding. I didn't throw it. I was just fucking with you. So, where am I putting this key?
Yeah, I mean this still all could explode,
Yes. Hey, look.
but I think there's an invisible hole.
I pressed down a key with the key. I
Yeah,
say,
Carrick like very gently like takes Yasin's hands and like puts his hand over them, just like guide the invisible key into the invisible hole. It's very romantic.
Karak, you know my boyfriend lives in my head.
You,
I'm-
doesn't mean you're not to, still gonna enjoy the moment.
No, sure.
Hey, the moment's gone on long enough now.
What? No one's sung the ghost music yet. I was waiting for the ghost music.
Twist the key.
Oh,
I twist the key.
okay. As you twist the key, you see, or rather, it feels like an invisible lock has just been undone, and you can feel this door being swung open as its kind of hinge is slightly lent towards the front. But yeah, it kind of like swings open, and although you don't see anything change, you can feel around and tell that the compartment is now. You can now reach into it.
Can I bend it? Can I see anything with detect magic?
There is an illusion magic coming from just the door, I'll say. But other than that, there is still necromancy all over the clock.
Uh,
And the only thing there isn't
but so
is the
I've touched the clock, and it hasn't gone off.
you have
Like I've touched
you
the.
haven't. Yep,
Okay,
yep,
I'll
yep,
just
yep,
cast.
yep.
I'll just use a first level spell and cast Identify on the clock.
On
As
the
an
clock
action.
or the jewel. Yeah, the clock. All right.
The
The clock. Think this works. Yeah, sure.
right.
So the
And choose
bronze
one object
chime.
that you must touch.
Yeah, that's fine. I think it works. So the bronze chimes within the clock will ring at the top of each hour. Any creature within the 30-foot radius of the clock when it strikes is potentially aged by 10 years.
No.
Oh no.
This effect cannot be reversed by a normal magical means, but maybe a greater restoration could do it. But only within 24 hours of it actually occurring. And as you identify it, you also immediately know the time. It is currently 25 past 3.
I mean, that would be pretty magical to just know the time all the way, always.
I mean, I can tank that age thing. I've got I'm 85 and I've got about 920 years left on my natural lifespan.
Wait, but
so
how long do we have until it goes?
10 minutes. did you
35
say?
minutes.
35 minutes.
Okay. All right, and
It's
you said there's
25
the other
past the hour.
and there's a divination thing.
And yes, as for that, there is an egg-shaped jewel fixed to the tip of the pendulum, and that does not seem to be anything to do with the clock. The identify spell only gives you information on the cabinet, but not this separate jewel.
I mean, take that.
You say take it?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Because if the I'm assuming that necromancy aura is the other thing, and the other, yeah. There's no damaging divination stuff, is there? Ooh, he says, looking into D&D Beyond.
Roll an Arcana check, I'll say, if you're going to figure out if there's any damaging divination. There is one I can actually tell you there is.
Well,
It's actually
great.
quite a low-level spell, I think. But you're not aware of anything really potent that could really cause some harm with divination. Worst case scenario is you see something that you don't want to see, and it causes a horrific vision,
Yeah,
like psychic damage.
I'm fine with
At
that.
this point, one goes like, "This ticking is annoying. Smash it!"
Yeah,
Tick,
I'll
tick, tock.
yeah I'll take the jewel and start swinging the mace around.
Okay. All right. You swing a mace towards the clock, and you immediately hear springs, turn, pong, and you hear the chime as you hit it so hard. I would say, though, because you're hitting it, the chime does sound. I'm going to let you roll a con save, and also you can have advantage for that, because you finally did what Wongo asked.
Yeah, I know. I've been bad about it. So I will.
So you roll a constitution
Right.
save. You have advantage if you want to use your inspiration.
Yeah, you.
Is that 16?
16.
Okay. You age by 10 years. Yeah, DC was pretty high for this one. And
Ugh.
you feel as you smack each swing, you feel like your arm just aches a little bit more. You feel like a crick in your back, like that click noise whenever you gotta, lean forward. And eventually you turn this thing into nothing more than scrap metal and splintered wood. But
Do I? And I'll reach. I'll try to grab that. Like, there's just reach in as well. Like one hand. Like so. Though basically you're kind of like a split personality for Carrick of like Wongo is controlling the right hand with the mace and it's just like smashing,
yes.
and then Carrick's got it partitioned, and his left, and so his like left logical brain reaches in and tries to mage hand fish out if there's anything in that illusory cupboard. But it's like a very like the whole right side of his body is just like half of it. He's got like a weird Joker half smile.
Whoa, I love that imagery. That's awesome. All right. Well, you don't seem to find anything in the cabinet, but you do feel like its magical properties wane, and your detect magic spell reveals no more magic over the. There is still a pane of invisible glass, maybe, but that's it. The only thing left
Yeah.
is a faint illusion spell.
I feel like I missed something here, but that's fine.
Mm,
All right,
okay.
because I've got the little gem thing.
You do have an egg-shaped jewel you can hold on to for now. It's about
Yep.
fist-sized. And yeah, you just hear
Tangerine size.
Wongo in your mind. Tick tock, smash, smash. And he just continues to sing that little song to himself.
Carrot kind of comes out and just says, Uh, yeah.
Garrick,
Oh,
you've got a little bit
yeah.
of a grey there in your beard.
Oh yeah, you would notice that. A couple of more wrinkles around the eyes.
I lean over to Ezra. What's the natural lifespan of a gith?
Um,
Come on.
I don't know. Like,
Garrick?
Eh.
Just out of interest. How long do giths live? Generally?
Speak up.
Your grandfather, how old was he?
God. I think he lived to a ripe old age of 103.
Then you're... How old is Carrick?
What?
Uh,
Look,
Nothing.
let's get out of here.
If they didn't go right in there, I
Uh,
heard smashing noises.
Carrick does like a very like dad, like knocks on the super solid stone stone wall and like, yep, that'll hold, and then keeps walking.
oh, mind your
Oh,
feet.
no.
There's a bit of a ledge. Just careful.
Do
Need a hand down.
I must know the truth. What happened in there? None of your business, Moa. Just know we had a lot of fun.
I think Carrick maybe had his clock sped up a little.
Iku grabs a hold of Yasin before you dive into that pit of acid. Watch your step.
Oh, sorry. I forgot it wasn't the fun kind of acid.
Right. What? The fun kind?
Oh,
Oh,
Iku.
oh, my sweet summer child.
Yaru steps back from the steps and says, are you all okay getting across?
I can use the shield if we want to make it across safely.
I'll just jump across.
Works for
My
me.
jump distance is still wild.
Oh yeah, I've got the ring of jumping. Sprung.
Carrick,
Yes.
oh, you look spry. Do you need the shield?
Yes. I'm not proud.
I'll put the shield down and activate it, and then float my way over the pit until Carrick gets on the shield, and then I'll float farther to pull him across.
Yeah, Carrick doesn't get off. He's just being towed around now by Ignir the whole time.
I
Better stay
remember.
within 20 feet of me then.
Right. No, I'm just staying on the shield, so it just bounces around behind you.
Either that or I just fly you across.
Does anyone have a blanket?
Old man Carrick.
I just feel like
I'm 45 or something now. It's not like, but I'm mentally 90.
I do not, I'm afraid. Well, where to now? This door stinks, by the way. Smells like the dead.
Yeah, we don't want to go that way. We need to go. We've already been down that room.
All right. Then the gargoyles. Then
Because this was a creepy room that our gods told us was bad. I think we can ignore these gargoyles.
they might not ignore us, but
Weird that they
Okay.
all look like big
Well,
stars.
certainly not with that attitude.
you know what? Just because you said that, I'm gonna.
Just gonna reveal some invisible tokens.
Maybe like that.
You-
Tokens. That would give you the
Eric, did you get up the
impression that
shield?
they're creatures.
You fool, you
Come
fell for
along.
my trap.
You've activated my trap card.
Who's the dungeon master now? Look
All
at
right,
me.
hold on.
I am the dungeon master now.
Excuse me.
Oh dear. I can't find our damn tokens. Well, never mind. Wait, yeah, I know where it is. I left it over here.
These stairs are too steep. Who makes stairs these steep?
Tara's just
Can't
gone
believe it.
really into grilling.
Oh God! Oh mother! God.
Yeah. They're not tokens, so you know that they are just inanimate. In fact, you recognize these statues. They're identical in build to the last one you saw in the Gears of Hate at the end of the corridor behind a purple velvet curtain. There
Wasn't
was
there
one
also a
arm missing.
gargoyle? Wasn't there a gargoyle
They're
in the
all-
mirror as well?
There was actually, and both of them had, it had 4 arms as well. Slad Zolbrus says, yes, they make quite good ornaments on the castle wall. Maybe I'll hire some of these toon dwarves to decorate my own abode once I have enough treasures.
Are you co-opting? Are you out loud planning your lair?
Yes, I'm just saying their masonry is to be admired at the least.
Hey, why didn't you jump into that pit?
You're not casting a spell, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm just suggesting.
No, don't say that word.
No, I'm just, I'm hoping, if anything.
Right. He kind of like waves his hands in the air instinctively, trying to counter a spell. But yeah, saying suggest to a wizard instantly panics, like instantly sets him into a little sweat.
I start
Hmm.
waving my hands around and going, gibberish. Hoping it'll burn a spell
No,
slot.
no.
I mean,
I take out the wand of wonder and just like idly contemplate using a charge.
It's like the magic equivalent of making someone flinch.
He does. He flinches and casts greater invisibility on himself.
Made you flinch. I
a
get to
wimp.
punch you in the arm. This is a game we used to
That's how
play
it
at the
goes.
academy. But then obviously it was problematic because you couldn't see the arm, so you just sort of walk around punching the air.
Well, at least it lasts a minute. Yes.
Yeah. Be a shame if someone had hit you with an AoE spell. Anyway, Gargoyle, your aesthetic is
No,
awful, and the gothic romantic period really wore down your novelty. Also, I've killed many of your cousins.
They don't seem to
I
respond to
think
these
I don't.
insults.
Excellent.
Okay,
you're
well,
going up the stairs, by the way,
Let's
yeah.
ignore this.
those
Let's
words were
ignore this.
pretty scathing, so I think we'd know if they were going to come to life.
yes.
Love how Yasin just walked up a floor while saying
Yeah, you went up the wrong stairs.
Oh, I thought we had a dual staircase thing going on here. Sorry.
that's just fine.
Sorry.
All right. So what I'll say is, as you come around, I'll give you a brief description. Is now you're on a level with them where you can actually see what these pedestals that they're sitting on actually show. So, okay. The bottom of the staircase, a resonant mechanical rumbling emanates from the dark shaft opening in the middle of the chamber's floor. 4 cylindrical stone pedestals surround that shaft, and each are 10 foot tall, 5 foot wide, and featuring a tiny slot in the side. Squatting atop each of those pedestals is those four-armed gargoyles. And you can tell there seems to be a metallic tile embedded at the top of its pedestal. And starting with the northmost pedestal, going clockwise, the tiles are copper, silver, gold, and platinum.
Yeah, I think this is one of those things we just walk on by.
Yeah. Don't look all that to
Okay.
me.
What? Whoopsie daisy.
Uh-oh.
As you go down there, Yasin.
That was the
The
most
gargoyles
intimidating.
do not seem to take kindly to you leaving this chamber.
Oh,
And
come
immediately
on.
this one spins around, stretches out its four arms, and it looks like they're pointing towards you, all four of them, like the angry monkey from Family Guy. There is seriously something wrong with you going that way. He flaps his wings intimidatingly.
Okay, okay. Chill your tits.
They've
Does he stop?
Just turns its head and it is following you as it like looks down upon you.
As I come back closer, does he stop?
He seems to be watching you, but the arms do go back down, and instead they open up a palm, and one of them points towards the slot.
oh, we have to put. It's like a coin thing.
Oop. Oop.
So you said one. You said one. You said one. Wait, you said one silver. One. Oh wait, are we fighting? Okay.
Possibly, if you do. Let's say if you, it looks like it's getting frustrated, and if you perhaps did that one more time.
Okay, I've got 8 platinum pieces and 10 gold pieces. I'm happy to chuck a platinum and a gold in if anyone's got any silver, copper, or electrum.
Yeah, I've got 800 silver and 200 gold.
Wonderful.
Somehow my money is at 0 for everything, so I contribute nothing.
Shit, did that not transfer? Did it?
That's all right. Who needs money?
I have 1,000 copper, which are probably like old ass
Yeah.
coins.
Maybe they've inflated, kind of,
Yeah, maybe-
or
Maybe
deflated to an
exchange rates
electrum.
gone up.
Has no one's got an
exchange is
electrum
up.
piece?
There was
Yeah.
some around. Wait, was there some around that we never? We have not been looting. We're not bad. We're not good at the money thing.
Normally, I despise
Just fight.
electrum. It's like getting a Scottish pound note, but in this instance, it's...
Ignite, you have 431 gold, 34 electrum pieces, according to your
Yeah.
Roll20 sheet.
Sorry, was that me?
Yep, 431 gold, 34 electrum. That was when you
How
got
much?
sick.
Well, it turns out, guys, I have electrum. I found it in my other pocket.
Roll20.
How much do we?
I will hand over an electrum.
You think we just need to do one? Should we all do one of each?
Sure.
Get that go.
Well,
We each need to do one of each?
I don't know.
Well, how about, Yasin, you throw in your lot first, and then
Okay,
we'll see.
Yeah, one of each. It seems
I
like they're
drop in
pretty animate. So
I drop in a platinum and a gold. Happy?
Into this one.
Yes.
The statue turns around. It's no longer glaring at you, and it's no longer got its arms out as if
Right.
waiting for something to be offered.
Taxation is
And
theft.
with that, it turns around and goes back to it resumes its original position. Inert, unmoving.
Back a leg out.
As you do that, this one
Ah.
turns towards you,
Okay.
and this
Yeah.
one.
Okay. We just all go and put like what, like, let's just be safe and just put like 20. Yeah, I'll put 30 gold in each of them.
Okay, 30 gold in each. Let me check how that goes.
Or are they? Did you say they're all? Is one copper? Is one gold? Is one platinum?
1 gold is 2 electrum, technically.
But the gargoyles, are they like? Is there like a copper one and then a silver one and then a gold one?
Yeah.
Or
Going clockwise, this top one is copper, electrum. Copper, silver, electrum, platinum. So what was it? Hold on.
okay,
Catch myself.
okay. So we need.
Oh, there it is.
So we need to. Yeah, we'll do the little exchange. I think we should just all put one of each
Copper,
one in, right?
silver, gold, platinum. There's no electrum one. Copper, silver, gold. Copper, platinum.
Okay.
Okay, so as you put 30 gold in each one, it seems like 2 of the gargoyles sit back down. And this 4th one over here still looks down at the slot and looks back at you.
Color. What color is that one?
This is platinum.
Okay. Do you have any more platinum?
Platinum? I don't have any.
Actually. How much gold did you say you put in? 30.
30.
So you've just spent 30, 60, 80, sorry, 90, 120 gold you just spent.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. In that case, then you painstakingly put 1 coin in at a time, cling, cling. And as you do, you can hear it does have a metallic clanging noise at the bottom, as if it's landing on a pile. And as you insert the final 30th coin then into this one, it does indeed turn back around and goes in there.
All right, then. I mean, hopefully we all don't have to do that. Because anyway, we'll find out. Try to walk down the hall.
The gargoyles do not react.
Ugh.
But yes, and
Ah.
you see this gargoyle turn around again
Seriously?
in Terran. It speaks.
Each of you must pay that tithe.
Right, well, and I respond in Terran. Well, the tithe is quite vague. Like, we've got slots, but it's not like there's a menu or anything. So do you mind telling us exactly how much we need to put in?
At least one.
Ugh. At least one. So what? 1?
Of each.
Coin in our possession or type of coin?
Equal to at least one.
Oh my
Of
god.
each
Imagine if this guy ran a restaurant and how much of a nightmare reading the menu would be. How many fries do I get? At least 1.
I'll go put 11 gold. Right? Yeah, 11 gold into each gargoyle.
Okay.
Because that should. No, I'm sorry, 12 gold. 12 gold. Because I need to cover the 1 gold, the 1 platinum, and the change.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll just
And after that,
I'll just like guide Vorn and I'll give Vorn his 20, or I'll give Vorn 40 gold, and have him start to like vary in his huge hands.
Okay.
Start going, putting them through.
40 gold. You're giving Vaughn 40 gold. You gesture towards the slots in order to
Yeah,
tell him where to put it,
Yeah.
and he does
come
so.
on.
It's
Just
funny watching
in,
this machine feed a vending machine.
Yo, can anyone spot me some gold? I've got 8 platinum and 9 gold to my name, and I kind of need that gold to summon Rufus.
here's 40 more gold.
Thank you.
I give you 40 gold.
And I happen to be broke, so I suppose I'll stay
Yar-
up here.
Yeah, Yara, you stay up there.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I have 1,000
What about-
copper. How many coppers are in a gold? Has money changed?
Yeah, we have this thing called silver now, and I hand you 100 silver.
Oh, this looks weird.
And that's
How
not the
many?
Amurian queen. Who is this?
Wait,
It's usurper.
where is this from? Who is that?
Look, we don't have time to deal with this. Everyone just put all your money in the thing.
Okay, go and put my money in the thing, but someone needs to tell me current events at some point if we survive. And I will shimmy round and pop all the money in the appropriate.
Don't worry, Eldri. Once we free Chult, we will inevitably rise the kingdom back to its proper royalty. And a new currency would be birthed, so that everyone can be confused together.
Oh, so I don't need to learn this. That's fine.
At least in Chult. If you venture out there, then possibly.
Ezra just looks really confused by the prospect of going elsewhere. She's like, no, that won't be happening.
Even more reason that we exceed them. But someone mind spotting me as well?
Iku, we paid you to come out with us, didn't we?
Ah, yes, you did. 50 gold. But this is your mission. No, actually, you didn't. I did it
Here's
free of
40
charge.
gold. Stop it.
You were just talking about the greatness of the empire, and then all of a sudden, as
Okay.
soon as you gotta cough up 40.
I did this free of charge. Actually, the other guides would charge you 50 gold. I charged you nothing.
I
still
gave you
did witness
48
in your
gold. Stop complaining.
All right. Did you just give it to her? Yeah.
Yep, I took it out.
Okay. She goes around, inserts the coins, and
This is like the D&D version of having to pay like a split bill or something like that.
something like that. Okay. And after that, Vlad also just says, "Well, I suppose." You can't see him, you just hear his voice. "I suppose it doesn't hurt to just sit up here for the time being. Do bring back any treasures you find.
God damn it, Vlad.
Okay, so not
Me and
broke
Yaru
enough
shall
to-
watch the rear."
I'll just look at Ezra and just be like, I kind of want to use the wand on him. You okay with me using the wand on him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I expend a charge of the Wand of Wonder on our drow friend.
Yaru sees this wand unproduced. You fire the wand of wonder just as he becomes visible, like the great invisibility wears off after a minute. He appears and then sees this coming towards him. Roll me that D100.
An attacker! Oh no, it's just too late.
Oh
Ball.
my god. 54. You enlarge the target as though wait, no, that's 53. 54 is you cast darkness centered on them. I'm a
Yeah.
drow, you idiot. What are you doing? Stop playing around.
Yeah, I don't think
Can still
drow can
see
see through
you.
magical darkness, dog.
Yeah. You sit in the dark like your kind likes. We're going to go through over here.
I flip him the bird, and he's none the wiser.
And I look down at the wand and I'm just like, that was the lamest thing possible. Ah.
At least we didn't start a fight.
Iku, would you mind healing Ignir a little bit?
I can do it.
Oh. Oh.
I will walk up, give him a good old pat on the back, and have. How are you?
What is my max right now? My max is 45, so I'm 25 hit points down.
Okay, yeah, just take 20.
Wow. So
Just
cool.
take 20, she said.
Yeah. I was
30.
suddenly feeling much better. Like, that. I didn't know you were the healing kind.
She sprouted
It's
wings
very
a month
lovely.
ago.
That's kind of what I'm all about. Well, not healing, paladin, protection.
Mm.
I have various ways to heal. This is just the easiest with the least amount of explanation.
Okay.
Moving on.
Just right before Carrick spins around this corner, he is going to hold action, stun, expecting to see the skeleton. Ha! Ah, damn it. Okay. Never mind. I thought I had you there, Chris. It's been like 4 times in a row.
Oh,
I
well,
thought I had you.
if there was
God
one
damn it.
there, I would have totally given it to you. But that was funny that you're like, oh,
God,
damn.
God damn it.
Okay, so,
Hey, Carrick, put your head in that statue's mouth so we can see through it.
oh, God. No. Well, we'll find out what happens. So the tunnel ends with this strange face etched out of the wall. And once again, it appears as though there is some sort of darkness in the mouth of the creature. Although, let's have a look, closer look. A 6 foot tall green devil face carved into the far end of the hallway, mouth agape. Painted murals on the walls show faceless humanoids. They're doubled over in pain, clutching at their heads and ears.
Heads and ears. Okay, so the clues that we have left are the army sleeps in silence, and death to fire, dine or drown, precious air, and falling sand. But is there a hole in this? Is this like
In the
a...
mouth?
Yeah.
There is actually. And as you kind of squat down to look inside, your light with coming from the coin actually reaches the back. There doesn't seem to be magical darkness in this one at the very least. And as you're searching through and the light shines off of something, you see a very tiny pair of reptilian eyes look in your direction and a forked tongue laps out as you see a spotted lizard-like creature holding onto the underside of the mouth of the root of the
Oh, it's
the
a
mouth
lizard,
of
not a
the
snake.
yeah exactly. So it's a lizard. It's got legs. He's holding onto the underside of the mouth.
Hello, little friend. Do you talk?
Hello.
Oh,
Yes,
you
I
do.
do.
Oh, God.
Yes. But oh yes, you're probably not used to that.
Oh, he's got a cute little lisp.
Yeah.
I do.
I loved him.
I-
Gosh.
I say, are you more adventurous?
We are indeed.
Hello. I was part of an adventuring party myself.
And now you're a adorable little lizard.
I was always a lizard, but
No.
they yeah, he kind of chuckles to himself. But I managed to escape. I wasn't a part of their party by choice.
You're a captive?
Yes,
Are you a
company
good
of
luck
Yellow
charm?
Banner. It's, they would call me good luck charm, but I was just used.
Well,
There's enough
evidently you weren't
traps.
very good.
I escaped and wound up here. I don't know what became of my captive, but
What do you what did you do anything special or
set off traps down to the head, that kind of stuff.
is there a trap? Are you in a trap right now?
Doesn't seem to be. He hops down and rights himself and pulls himself around up through the teeth onto the face and onto the eye of the creature. And he looks around, observes the whole pie. Little forked tongue wiggles out.
Do you have a name?
I doubt I probably still have my detect magic up because it's been longer than 10 minutes. Right?
They
Can I just,
did give me a pet name, but
What's
I never chose one myself.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
you choose your
now's
own
the
name.
perfect time. Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
M.
I'll still call myself
M's a great name.
M. Yes.
Yeah.
M. Like Mlem.
M.
Mlem. Meh.
Or like
Mlem.
What?
Mlem.
Blam.
Yes.
Mlem.
Mlem.
Blam.
Mlem.
Everyone.
Well, you are welcome to we
Vaughn also says, trying to join in. That was construct for Mlem.
I was so eager to hear cowbell Mlim. All right, Mlim. I'm just gonna give you a quick once over, and I just want to try to do an insight check on a lizard. As silly as that
You
sounds.
can actually. Yeah, sure.
Great, super.
He seems to be telling the truth, and he wouldn't be hiding in here if he wanted to trick you, right? Like he would have tried to come out and say, "Oh, this way," but you revealed him. He was trying to be, very sneaky. Didn't want to be spotted. Didn't want any trouble. So you can tell this guy is minding his own business until you came along, and you do believe him. The company of the Yellow Banner actually had a druid in the party, and he wasn't the nicest of people. It's probably your least favorite of the company. He would often have familiars and such to, get out ahead and stuff. But
Yeah,
this
who
doesn't
would
look like
do
a familiar.
that?
This looks like a real lizard. Yeah, who would do that? Yeah. So you're definitely believing him to be forthright, genuine. And this isn't the first time you've come across something like this. You've come across a snake in a certain Yuan-Ti temple that also had like intelligence. That was very brief. You might not remember that. But yeah. But effectively, you could surmise that someone's cast a spell on a lizard, given it intelligence, and used it to set off all
Awoken it.
kinds of traps. Yeah, it's awakened.
Well, Mlem, I assure you, though we have just met you, we are now your best friends.
Have you seen anybody? Have you seen any skeletons running around here with like kind of a
Silly safe
key-shaped head?
Yes, I did. It went through that there wall. And he gestures with his
The
tongue.
wall?
Oh.
Not there.
Okay. Does someone prepare
I guide
the
you.
catch it spell?
Yeah. I guide you, and I've got the stun ready.
Okay. Have we got a backup in case the stun doesn't work? Anything we can use to restrain someone?
I can actually.
I do have hold monster, but that's
I think they have like 11. They have like no hit points. If we just smash it, I think it went down pretty fast.
EQ turns into her kotal form and readies
Oh
to
yeah.
someone.
Okay. Right.
She flies up here.
Got
And
this.
Breach on 3, 2,
Is this about to get?
One.
Uh
Breach.
oh.
Ah, motherfucker.
Oh. God damn it.
Okay. A small interior of about 5 by 5 foot is lit by a brazier on the other side, like a sconce with a torch. And you look around, and it seems to be waves of heat kind of like billowing out of this cramped cell. And it feels really hot, like you just open an oven or something. But you don't really see any creatures here. You look around just trying to see if there's a shadow or maybe there's prints or anything like that. But what you instead see are the walls are scribed with relief carvings showing volcanoes setting cities ablaze. There are rows of tiny holes bored into the floor and the 10-foot high ceiling above you. Actually, tell a lie, there is a human skeleton in here. You probably see it, immediately freak out, but it hasn't got the same sort of
we all
weird.
just unload into it.
Yeah, and it's weird because it's not even standing there or like sitting there. It's actually part of the sconce. You can tell it's like embedded into the wall, and it's actually holding the iron sconce. So at first, it looks like a skeleton. You realize it's probably more like a decoration, or if it is a skeleton, it's been built into the wall somehow. Yep, but there is a burning red candle on top of that there sconce. Change that color. There we go.
Okay,
Yeah.
so death to fire.
I'm gonna
I
copy and paste
mean,
everything
what's
that I
what?
say. You've got
Yeah,
clarity.
what was the whole rows of tiny holes are bored?
EQ is like looking around, sniffing the air.
Yeah, I'd like to just investigate these holes, like see if they've got like, is it a gas that comes out of them? Is it a poison? Is it an acid? Is it purple lollipops?
Hey, Mlem, we found you
Yeah,
a heat lamp.
it smells very hot, very sulfurous in here. I'm not sure it's safe, but I can't see any other way to get through here. There doesn't seem to be any walls, no secret doors. Uh, the only thing going to somewhere else are those tiny holes.
So we have to become tiny.
That, or, hmm.
I mean, obviously, Carrick will take the jug of alchemy with his mage hand and say, should we try to put the fire out?
Yes.
Still have to take magic, Carrot.
What was that?
You still have to take magic up.
I doubt. I mean, from smashing and I probably it's probably like just
Probably.
wearing off.
Yeah,
Or
probably.
that whole the amount of time that it took to put in all those coins for sure is longer than 10
Okay.
minutes. So
Right. Yeah. You're right.
yeah,
So it's not
but
on.
I will. Yeah, I'll put 12 gallons of salt water. Yeah, from the jug of
Okay.
alchemy
You,
on
it
the
fills up,
fire,
becomes incredibly heavy in your arms.
and right, pour it on. I guess I have to go in. No, I can. 12. Oh, it's just too far. Whether full or empty. Weird. Okay. This seems bad.
Alright. You step inside.
I
You have the jug
cast.
in hands.
I've also got. I'll put the removable rod so that the door can't close on me.
Okay.
Is it a sliding door? Is it a
I guess it would be, yeah. Sliding.
cool?
Okay, so you've put that as a measure here to stop this from closing. Oh, I say that as I close. Okay, you put the rod in place.
I'm gonna cast Death Ward on myself.
Oh, all right.
And
Anything else? What's the next step?
I mean, I look back to the group. Like, shall we do this?
Give it a go. What's the worst that could happen?
I will. Yeah, I'll pour the water on the fire.
Okay. As you step up to the fire, everyone hears kind of verbal pop, almost like a bubble, kind of bloop, bloop, splattering sound, and then
Like
suddenly,
lava? Is it lava?
yep,
Oh god.
lava begins pouring from tiny holes in the ceiling. And because you're doing this all in one motion, I'm going to say that you can make me a dexterity saving throw with advantage because your action is to pour water on this candle.
I'm
So go ahead, roll
not
that.
dexterous. Hey, that's pretty good.
That is a success. And you only take half as much on this damage. Here we
Half as
go.
much lethal. Yeah.
10 d 40 10. You take 11 points of fire damage as this
Which is
molten
down to
ore.
5 because of
Right,
Warren.
because Vaughn's still within 60 feet. So yes, down to 5, and Vaughn can take 6. The molten pours onto you, searing your skin, and the second you pour that water on, the candle is extinguished. And as such, you see everyone sees Carrick vanish from that same spot.
Whoa.
Immediately, yep, candle's gone, Carrick is gone.
Carrick, you there, buddy?
Am I there? Can I hear?
I'm
Ah.
gonna pull you into DM Whispers.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's not good.
I'm sure that'll be fine. Oh, no, it's not fine. Oh, it's really not fine.
No.
Oh, no, it's no. I mean,
Are we sure?
Is it fine? Is it fine or is it not?
well, I mean, we can see him.
Oh.
But that's a bit metagamey. Here,
Yes,
don't
yeah.
click on your tokens. Click on your tokens so you can't see him. So, how is everyone?
So good.
Yeah. This is fine. So
Lava damage is nothing.
yeah.
That seemed like pretty minor lava damage. I feel like, isn't it normally like 10d10 or some nonsense like that?
Yes.
I think you're usually like submerged in it. You can't really just boop lava, can you? Maybe there wasn't. No, I suppose it's still My brain isn't working. Lava's still fucking lava. It would still hurt.
Do we know how we can reset your hit point maximum, Igna?
I think it's a long rest.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, having 2/3 my hit points is really annoying.
Yes. Welcome to my world.
Hey, you have that necklace. That
I
doubled
do,
your
yes. That brings me up to a normal hit point level.
Yeah, much less tanky than it used to be. At least hit point wise.
This is a hell of a whispers.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just see what happens.
Yeah, we probably need to figure out some way of having. I guess we need to like pull me into the whispers channel, and then I need to take my headphones off so I can't hear, so that the audience can hear. Because I'm sure this is super thrilling for them.
Oh, this isn't thrilling for you? Seems thrilling.
Oh no, yeah, no, I'm totally thrilled. Every moment with you guys is thrilling. I'm just saying it from a third party perspective. For the people at
Instead
home
of just
who are,
listening to us talk to ourselves.
yeah, yeah.
You're not wrong.
So Kirsty, how are you finding the paladins stuff?
Paladins are fun. I like paladins. I didn't get to play my last paladin for like longer than 2 sessions, so
Oh,
this is fun. This is great. I'm having fun. There's so much shit I can do.
can't wait to
Much
see you
stuff.
smite ass crack.
It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. Fucking fuck his shit up. Yeah. That'll be fun. I can't get my AC to behave though. It keeps telling me that it's 24, but it's 20.
Hmm. You wearing a shield?
Yeah.
If you unequip that shield, that'll bring it down to 22. You can just say you're wearing it.
Okay.
It's up by 3, right? So
It's booping itself back to 23. It should be. No, sorry, it should keeps going back to 24, but it should just be 21. But I've unequipped my shield, so I'll have a look. Yep, that worked.
that's taking it to 22, right?
21.
What?
Which is what it should be.
But its shield's only a +2. Okay, whatever. Let's not look a gift horse in the mouth.
I have a +1 shield.
Ah, gotcha.
You got all the toys.
Yeah, just yeah.
I'm back.
Oh,
Eric's
look, he
not.
decided to show up. Hang on, what character?
Vaughn turns to the rest of the party and gives you a thumbs up.
What?
What does that mean?
He looks around and points to where he senses Carrick, like against that wall, and then he gives you another thumbs up. And then he kind of gives you that, the okay sign, like a
Carrick
know.
is okay. Can we get him
Uh,
back?
Vaughn just shrugs. And I think at that point, what would you guys like to do? EQ's wondering, what the hell is this? What is this trap? And he looks towards the lizard. I don't know. I just thought that something went in there and then disappeared. Never came back.
When you
Hmm.
say something, what do you mean?
The skeleton.
Right. So, and the candle's gone, right?
It has gone, and you can see, by the way, the door is jutting, like shuddering, and the immovable rod has actually stopped it from closing.
Right.
As you walk into the room, there is splots of lava still pouring from the ceiling.
Oh,
So you might, you would see that. So I'm not going to let you roll a deck save. It's still pouring lava into that room.
can I look around to see if there's any like seams or like a false wall or something? You know, something that would shift around to.
You can do. EQ was also very confident earlier when she rolled a 21.
Oh,
He was like, I didn't find anything, just those holes. And
right.
you're also coming up short. No secret doors, nothing to really interact with other than maybe those holes, but
Can I roll an
the candle's
Arcana
still
check
unlit. Yeah, you can roll an Arcana check.
on said candle? Oh,
Yeah, okay. The candle was, other than giving off a red flame, didn't seem to be anything odd about it. But it is out now. So maybe that was the trigger. The moment he put out the candle, Carrick
back up.
disappeared. There must be some sort of something like a magical trigger. The door is still like wrenching, like.
Quiet you. I cast Firebolt at the candle. Try and relight it.
Okay, you relight the candle then. Interesting. You hear the door rest back into place, and the lava stops dripping. And it does filter through the tiny holes in the bottom and drains away.
Right.
But Carrick does not return.
No, he has not. And I'm going to go see what Carrick's up to. So be right back.
Kind of unsettling.
Do we want to try putting the candle out again?
I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning behind this trap is. Any ideas? I'm getting way past my bedtime at this point, so my brain's starting to chug.
Brain is not.
Yeah. I mean, we could all try putting out the fire and then lighting it again, but I guess, yes, and you'd have to be last for that.
Yes.
Then there's, the lava issue.
We could always try yelling and seeing if Carrick can hear us.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Because Fern's like, oh, he's nearby, he's that away. So we could just start shouting.
That's not a great roll.
What was it? It was.
It's an 8 on a 20.
Oh. This is stressful. Sure, it'll be fine. This is probably fine.
Carrick's a smart chap.
Yeah, exactly.
What could go wrong?
Short rest? Short rest?
Sure.
I mean, I'm always down.
Oh, my brain is flagging. Jesus.
Yes, I'm starting to drip into unconsciousness. That's a nice roll.
Love that. Advantage or disadvantage?
I mean, either way, not terrible.
Both pretty good. Yeah.
I'm just glad that we're just letting Carrick hair off on his own.
Yeah.
Like nothing
yeah,
could go wrong.
He's done great.
He needed some
Great.
time in the spotlight. Carrick
He's
bottle
aged
episode.
with age comes maturity. Maturity comes through experience. He'll be fine. He'll be cool. That'll be great. Hopefully.
I'm still very impressed that you guys do this so late.
Well, it's getting tougher as work is getting more consistent. And
Yeah, that makes sense.
as of tomorrow, I mean, Chris DMs it, so that'll be interesting. But as of tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a DM double, DMing 5 till 9 and then 10 till 2 on Tuesdays. So, see how that goes.
I'm gonna be pretty tired.
Yes. But
I think it's worth it, right?
I'm DMing 4 games a week now, Mondays through
Okay.
Wednesdays, and it's pays my rent and my bills and stuff. And I'm only working 3 days a week, so I got 2 days a week to do other work or writing or whatever, and I get to play D&D for a living, so it's pretty sweet.
Good. Pretty good. It's not. I think in 2 weeks' time, I'm playing 5 games one week and 4 the
Damn.
next.
That's crazy.
Social life in the real world. What?
Yeah.
It's
Overrated.
exactly. It's way better. I was going to say some of them are at sociable times. No, one of them's at a sociable time. The rest of them are 11 till 3. So that's fun. Or this one, till 2.
I also feel like once Ian gets back on boats more regularly, it's going to be pretty much impossible. So we're all going to be kind of
Yes.
getting hammered by this.
Yes, we definitely do need to work out this whisper system. I heard on the grapevine that Chris was looking to turn this into looking to make like a podcast version of these shows.
Oh.
Which cool, all well and good for, but I mean, this won't fly. This little junk, this little behind the scenes cast discussion.
Hello, I'm back.
Hello.
This is going. Okay, so there's still no sign of Carrick, and it's been about 6, 12, 18 seconds. So since I last left you guys, anything you'd like to try and do?
I don't know. I don't like.
So Vorn was like pointing at the back wall of this room. Right?
Vaughn pointed towards the back room, and now he suddenly points diagonally to the corner here, and then he points diagonally over there. So you can't even see my pings. Well, yeah, he kind of points there. Now he's pointing there, pointing here. He seems to be following every 6 or so seconds.
He's in multiple pieces.
What?
And Vaughn just goes, no, like shakes his head and rings a single dong, which, by the way, I've noticed my noise suppression is doing so good. I can ring it when it doesn't even come to pick up on the mic. Anyway, he does do a single dong for a no, and then gives you a thumbs up. Like he's okay.
So
Right.
over here was the last one.
He's kind of pointing there, yeah.
Okay.
Don't forget that you would know a shield guardian can sense the direction of Carrick, but not the distance. It took Carrick months to go through the jungle to get to him.
Okay. Ditto, just gonna give the wall a little smack. Carrick?
It feels solid, and you don't hear a response.
He's not beside the wall.
Oh.
Right.
Just chat.
Okay. I'm gonna try and follow him. I'm gonna go in and quickly have we got any water? Can I blow out the candle?
You can blow out the candle, yes, but you did notice that the trap triggered the moment he got close enough. So if you're doing that, I will need a dexterity saving throw. With advantage, I'll say, because you kind of know where it's coming from. You also are about to do it like immediately without hesitation. So 13. Ooh. We check. That
He has to know.
It's a fail, I'm afraid.
Tits.
This time, having already built up enough pressure from earlier, it doesn't just drip through this time. The pumps have been filled with lava, and the nozzles immediately spray through the holes, coating you with
absorb elements.
Okay, absorbing. Not as bad on the damage. What was it? 40-10? That was it. Yeah. So if you're absorbing, you're only taking 9.
I'm actually gonna not bother.
Well, okay, sure. 9 is doubled back up to 17 then. Scorches you, you blow out the candle, and you vanish.
Ow.
It would drag you into the DM Whispers too.
Oh.
we have a friend. So
Hello.
teleport into a new room, and you also see the bloated body of Nang Nang lying there unconscious.
What?
Potentially
No.
Or rather, I should say the grey slard, tongue lolled out, and they still have the magical item that Nang Nang possessed from the tomb. What was it? Do you remember, Yasin?
Oh.
Cool. No, nor did Carrick. So I
No, I
have
can't
to go
remember.
back and have a look.
Nang Nang
But it is
was.
there as well as their longsword that they usually carry.
Oh, well, can I take the item?
You can, and also something you notice is that you're knee deep in water,
Oh,
and it has filled up to about 3 foot off the ground of this 10-foot high chamber, and it
right.
is filling continuously
Okay.
through holes in the top.
Holes in the top.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It is filling at a rate of about 1 foot every 6 seconds. So, what do? You've grabbed the sword. You're grabbing the item as well.
Yes.
Okay. Sure. You hear the panicked voice of Nang Nang in your head. Finally, someone
Uh,
get me out of here.
Hey,
This place
what happened? What's up? You
is
drowned?
drowned.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I can't breathe underwater.
Oh,
Stupid slats.
you'd think they would. They look kind of
I
aquatic.
know. Right. That's what I
Well,
thought, but they're from Limbo, so I guess not.
I mean, I've been casting water
Also,
breathing on ourselves pretty religiously, so I think we'll be okay.
one more thing. We couldn't even get out of here. Tried the
Right.
plane shift, didn't work.
Okay. Well,
Yep, just thought I'd give you the heads up.
and was Garrick just in here? In theory, he should
Yeah,
have
I
been.
saw him. He damn well ignored me and fucking ate some of those snails and shit.
He ate.
And you look around the wall,
What?
you see that the wall is covered in oysters and snails, and there is a
Ew.
depiction of a city, and it is being submerged, and like a tidal wave is blowing down the city, destroying it. Yeah, there's loads of them.
You say he ate a snail?
That's right. He ate both. He ate an oyster and a snail, both of them,
Right. Well,
and then he vanished.
okay. His. That sounds
The
disgusting,
wood.
but at the same time, fresh meat.
Yes.
But
Get
before
rid of
I
them.
crack into that, my crocodile friend, I'm gonna try like ducking underneath the water and making sure my water breathing works.
As you take a chug of water, you choke and immediately realize your water breathing is not currently working. Either that
Fuck.
or this isn't water. One of the two.
Oh. Okay.
Mm.
All right. Bottoms up.
Okay, what do you eat? A oyster or a snail or both?
Oh. Um. What did you say? Carrick ate both?
Yeah, I just stuffed them in. I don't know where he went.
Okay. I'm gonna do both.
Shit. Okay. God damn it. Roll a d20. 1 to 10 is an oyster. 11 to 20 is a snail. We'll see which one you bite into first.
Snail.
Uh-oh. That was different from his, wasn't it?
Tits.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's find out. Wait, where you go?
I love that
Shit.
we had the same approach to the same thing,
That's
with
so
the
good.
water thing.
Yeah,
Um,
you both did exactly the same thing, and it's hilarious. So, as you pull off the snail and oyster, crunch down, and you hear a satisfying growl from the bachelor. You also feel yourself being pulled away from this place and teleported to some unknown location. Her. Oh god. The snail is gonna be. Here it is, found it. A snail teleports to. Oh! Oh my god, you teleport right into Carrick.
oh, hey.
And Carrick, you get nudged to the side, like shunted. And you look around this wall, you realize you're in a stone cell covered with reliefs showing desert snails swallowing the ruins of civilization. Sorry, snails? I meant sand. Three snails on the mind. Yeah, desert sands swallow the ruins of civilization. A bas relief of a robed Medusa dominates one of the walls. It wears a stone necklace with an obsidian pendant and clutches an iron sconce with a burning red candle in it. Sand then begins falling from the holes in the 10-foot high ceiling, and you hear a rumbling noise under the floor. And
Right.
this point, Carrick, I'm going to say that they're at least ankle deep in sand. So yeah.
Okay, well, there's clearly some kind of elemental theme
Shit
going
is
on.
bad. It is so bad. You didn't have to deal with the air room.
What happened in the air
You
room?
skipped it. Oh wait. Oh, is Chris still here?
I think
Yes.
so.
That's me.
Oh,
I'm still
sorry.
here.
I thought you went to the other
No,
room.
no. No, I brought chairs with me.
Okay. So I'm going to. Yes, I mean do the same thing. Search for something in this room, like to see if something's different or something. There's like some items or. And there's light in this
Understood.
room.
Yeah, give me a perception check. There is light. The candle is lit in this one.
Aye.
Very nice. Natural 20. You can see there are seams running down the middle of the floor, north to south, and it seems to suggest the existence of a pit trap. And that is only really a good spot because you can see the sand. When you came in here, you probably looked immediately for Yasin. It's starting to get covered up now, and the seams are not emptying the sand. The room is filling.
Oh,
And that pit trap is beneath that sand now, kind of buried. It runs all the way around though. What
Okay.
else do you spot? I think that's it actually.
With a natural 20.
I mean, you can tell that I'll tell you what, with a natural 20, I will say that you feel a slight buckle when Yasin appears because he's extra weight,
Oh shit.
and the floor actually kind of starts to lower
So
slightly.
there's no room to we can't. Can we get? We should get
You can
on.
tell it. Yeah. You can tell
Okay.
it's going to
Side,
split
different
down the
sides?
middle, and there's not going to be even a ledge.
I'd like to check
Maybe
the you mentioned a statue?
there is a Medusa-like statue. Yes,
Medusa-like statue. Okay.
it
Can
We
wears
need
a
to,
stone necklace
everything's just
with an
going so
obsidian
fast.
pendant.
What if we hid in a rope trick or something like that?
I can cast that instantly, I think. Where's rope trick at?
Or I mean, we'll get to the, or just kind of. We don't want to stand in the middle. So we stand, but can we sneak or do we? It's
It seems to
buckling
be filling
in,
up
right?
at a rate. It's filling up at a rate of 6 inches per round, by the way.
Right.
Turning the
Okay,
floor
so-
now into difficult terrain.
Okay, so can I just... What was on the statue?
I shall whisper it to you, Yasin. But the only thing you
Okay,
can
so
really
this-
tell is the iron sconce has a burning red candle, and the necklace is some sort of obsidian pendant.
Okay.
I'm gonna take some rope out and tie it around myself and Yasin, so we make a little, we're just attached, and then maybe try to put it over the sconce because I think this trapdoor is gonna fall through.
Yeah, the holes are numerous, and they're just continually pouring sand. Okay.
I am
Yeah.
going to
So
cast rope trick.
does it look like the sconce? Okay.
as well.
Okay, as you try to cast magic in here, you notice
Tits.
the lack
Oh,
of
no.
magic coming to you. The weave is completely cut off.
Okay.
Okay, but we're being suspended, but if the bottom were to fall out, we'd be being held up by the sconce, right? With this rope.
Yes, but the bones last time they were brittle and they snapped. You
Okay.
notice these ones are a little bit sturdier. They're not hollow like a bird's, but you can only hope that they hold your weight for long enough.
What if we... Is there anywhere on the Medusa statue we can tie it around?
I can't believe. What is the last clue? I forgot. It's
I'll say with a natural 20 as well, that there is a potential that you could balance on the very tiniest of seams. They're only about 6 inches wide, but there is still a very big potential that you fall in.
Yeah. What if we make an arch? I lean against you and you lean against me, and we can hold each other up by just putting our tippy toes on the ledge,
Okay.
like a little steeple.
I'd also like to wrap Jeffers around like the Medusa's head or something to
Oh
give me
my
an extra
God.
bit of thing.
Okay, gotcha.
And on that 25, there was nothing else about the statue.
Oh, I didn't notice you had rolled that. Okay, so 25. So, as you search through the Medusa's bas relief, you can notice there is also a seam around the carving, suggesting the presence of a secret door.
Nope.
That also reveals the obsidian pendant is actually a button.
Do we press the button?
Uh,
I pressed the button.
right? I mean,
Yep.
yeah. Oh, God.
Okay. Let's just check what happens. You try to press it, and it seems like it's a little bit stuck. Maybe there's some grit or sand in there. I'll say that if you want to try and get the sand out, you could do so with thieves' tools, but it doesn't look like the
Thieves' tools.
button. Yeah, what I want to say is, you feel like when you push it in, it's not maybe stuck, but it's already stuck in, like it's already depressed. Sorry, it's already pressed in. It hasn't depressed. So you need to unlock it so that you can press it again. Does that
Okay.
make sense? It's got stuck with like grit and dried sand. So if you have thieves' tools, you can give it a check. Otherwise, that button isn't budging.
I would love to channel divinity and become proficient in thieves' tools for 10 minutes.
All right. Channel divinity. Does that say magical in anywhere on the channel divinity?
Features.
I believe so.
Channel divinity. Use that
What?
energy to fuel magic. Use that energy to fuel magical
Yeah.
effects.
Okay, it doesn't work.
Oh,
Your magic cannot
Okay.
be summoned here. Actually, let me just check.
yeah.
There's
Okay.
no magic here.
We'll just try. I'm not good at this. I mean, I'll give
You could
one
work
set
together if you wanted. I'll allow that.
here.
You
Yes,
could aid each other.
I think I've read about this a lot, and I think I can describe how to do this.
Okay.
Okay.
I've read a lot of spy novels.
Before
Here's
we
some
crack on
thieves'
with that,
tools.
is there anything more we can do to shore up this rope? Because I think
I will
We-
say that you have
we have-
advantage on the save should this pit trap open up, but it looks pretty secure.
okay. All right.
Okay.
Who's making the thieves' tools check?
I think you are,
you
and
for
Carrick's
sure.
guiding you, or effectively aiding you, because he's.
So I've got the help action.
You do have the help
Yeah, so
action. You are not
it's just a-
proficient.
Ah.
Fail. You flick and try to scrape away the sand, and it is hardened. Maybe someone was bleeding when they got in here, and it's all crusted up in the button. It is tough. I'm gonna just quickly go back to the others as well, just as if we couldn't get any more on edge. I'm gonna go back and see what they're doing. Oh,
Oof.
Okay, this is good. This gives us some time.
Yeah. So the last room had no air in it,
Oh, that sucks.
and there was like these. It was like a little sculpture with bones, hollow bird bones. That if you breathe the air that was in the bird bones, you popped out.
Right. Okay, so
We're almost out, but I don't feel great about them making it through.
yeah.
Because we have no way to. I mean, if we could communicate to them, but
Okay.
I took message as a cantrip, but haven't learned it yet until we have a long rest,
This
and we
floor
can't
is
do
going
magic
to
here anyway.
this floor is going to cave in.
Yeah,
There's
I think
nothing we can do
that.
about it.
I think it caving in is what will reset. What will allow the button to get pressed.
Okay, all right. Um,
So we just need to be able to not fall in. If there's this little ledge that we can kind of perch ourselves on.
yeah, with the between the rope and the whip, and I have a crowbar. I don't know if I can stick that somewhere.
Yeah.
The paints won't work in here, so otherwise we could have painted ourselves a little step.
No. All the magics. I mean, anything cool that is magic like wouldn't work. Like I have a bead of force. That would be sweet.
And I can't believe you ignored Nang Nang.
Dude, that was filling up at 1 foot a second, or,
Uh,
or 1 foot every 6 seconds. And I tested. I put my head under the water, and I couldn't breathe underwater. It was like up to my neck.
Okay.
Very exciting. I do have Death Ward on me, but I don't know if that's going to work or not.
Hello, I'm back. All right. Nothing seems to work with the thieves' tools. You're just trying to like scrape it away. The sand at this point you spent one round from Carrick, 2 rounds once Yasin got in, 3 once you uncovered the button. So there is now 3 foot of sand. Sorry, 4 rounds you've been in there because that was the dex save. Sorry, not dex save, dex check. And this is now the 5th round as 5 feet of sand has poured in. Sorry, 5 feet? What am I talking about? I'm talking about inches. Inches of sand have filled up. And again, you feel the buckling of the pit beginning to maybe open, but it's not opening enough that the sand is filtering. So what do you guys do now? I will allow
Yeah, I
another
think we were
check,
just.
by the way. You're not just that's it.
Oh,
You
okay.
failed. You could try again. I'm not gonna lock you out of that.
All right, yeah. Let's try to pick that again.
You want to give it a shot again? Okay.
I have one other thing. Is the folding boat magical?
It is, I'm afraid. Yes.
Okay,
It's activated by a magical word, and it's
that makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, let's make this check again. But otherwise, I think we just need to shore up that rope so we don't drop 11. Please.
Another fail, and 5 feet of sand have filled up. Sorry, 5 inches, Chris. 5 inches. What do you do next? It's still another fail, I'm afraid.
Okay, I'm just.
I'm gonna give me those. I want to try. Give me try this.
Okay. You want to make the check? It is a check, by the way, not a
Okay.
save.
Same.
Is it? Can I like a
Same
sleight of
thing, yeah.
like a sleight of hand thing?
It
you
is
can
not going to be
pref-
sleight of hand.
okay.
It's just these tools if you're proficient, and
I'm
not
not proficient, so it's
just dex
okay.
check if you want. Oh my god. Okay. The franticness is channeled by not just you, but Wongo, who's like, clear it out! Get it! Scrape! Ah! Oh, poke there! And you see there's like a tiny little incision where the sand is like pulled away, and you stick the. What are you using? You're not even you're using thieves' tools, right?
Yeah, they're the ones that we
Yeah.
got from the dwarves.
Amazing. So you use the dwarves' needle-like tweezers to poke in, and then you kind of like leverage it like a crowbar to get behind the button and pop it to the front. And 6 inches of sand have filled up in this chamber, and
Push the
it seems
button.
like the button is now reset.
We'll brace ourselves, and then in case this just makes it drop early.
Okay.
I pushed the last button that made a trapdoor appear beneath us. So maybe it'll be different this time if you press it.
What?
You should
Button's
press the
popping.
button. Press the button.
I pressed the button.
Carrick's saying he doesn't want to press it because he pressed the button last time, which set off a trap.
Right,
So-
I'm pressing the button.
You press the button, it indents, and with a dull clunk, you hear the secret door swing open into a deathly silent chamber filled to the brim with statues. there is shattered pottery and clay all over the ground in a cross section, and in the center of that cross sits a sarcophagus.
Okay,
You have found the last, potentially last tomb.
great. I have one thing I'd like to do. I have some charcoal in my bag. With Mage Hand on the wall on the sand on the side of the chamber, I wrote, right, necklace is a button.
Your mage hand drops the chalk as it dissipates in the
Ah, fuck.
chamber.
Okay.
Are we out of the chamber now?
You can, if you want, you can walk out.
All right, well, then I pick it up and then write it on the inside of this wall here with my hand.
And
Like just by sort
in a-
of leaning over.
Cool, you do so. But as Yasin, you're chalking this out. Carrick, you notice all of the statues suddenly shift and turn around. Every single one of them in unison turns their head. They place their hands on their blades, which are sheathed, and they unsheath them a few inches. And yeah, you see with their other hand, they probably bring their hands up to their fingers, up to their lips, gesturing the kind of shush motion. And you realize that
Okay.
Yasin has, in a panicked state, kind of got out of the cell and immediately stepped onto this broken pottery that kind of like crunches and snaps underneath his
Army sleeps
feet.
in silence. Okay.
And
Army sleeps in silence.
Okay.
Now that we're in here, does my light coin come back up?
your Litecoin comes back up. And you can tell it's just situated at that 10-foot by 5 by 5 foot grid there. I think also at this point, as you open the door, the sand does stop pouring in. So that's a thing. But what else?
So we have our magic. We have magic now, but we can't probably talk.
Oh,
Oof.
yes, and only because you did say that I'm doing that as I'm leaving. You feel the door swinging back. There is a spring in the hinge, and the door is closing back.
Okay.
Okay. And it finally closes. And you can hear it lock again as well. With a very dull thud.
I whisper to Carrick, you didn't happen to prepare silence today, did you?
Carrick will. Is it? Yeah, is silence a? I have it. That's a great idea. That is genius. I'm just trying to like, is there a verbal there is a verbal component to silence,
That seems counterproductive.
but I have it.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if you're whispering to me, I can whisper and I'll cast silence.
I'll be right back. I'm going to check on the others.
That's such a good idea. Okay, so if I put, it's a 20-foot radius sphere. Are you there?
I'm here.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
just trying to sit here and calculate how many of these guys I can get in a vitriolic sphere.
I think we actually, I mean, if I did like spirit guardians, I don't know how many. I mean, these things, it depends. If these things have a shit ton of hit points, we're fucked. But
yeah, it depends on what their to hit modifier is, because I can probably blade song and take these guys all day. But
I could put silence in like 20-foot radius.
It's from a point, isn't it? So you can just put it on your coin or something.
Yeah.
From a point you choose, so that.
Well, but sound doesn't go through there, so you won't be able to cast spells though once you're in there.
Only spells without a verbal component.
right? Which is
Which is a fair
most
few
of
of
them.
them. But you know,
Info.
I can still blade song without a verbal component. Oh, I can't even use my cantrips
Oh
without a
god,
verbal component.
yeah. There's everything has. That's why how we kill the liches. All the tokens went away. Okay, so I can put it. Is it the sound can't travel through the sphere too? So if I basically we just need to get to Shikambi's coffin and pop it open.
Have you got any way of doing telepathy?
I have sending.
Okay. Because we'll need to be able to communicate once we're in the silence.
Yeah, I mean, I'll need to. I need to cast the spell. So we could basically leave one corner.
Yeah.
I feel bad that they've been in silence for so like they've been out of the game for so long.
Yeah, we've got to work out some kind of better system for how we do whispers, because you know the audience
This
can
is my
only hear
this
what
is
I
my
can hear.
yeah right. It's my first whisper, but I felt guilty the whole time.
Well, you know, nothing to feel guilty about. I'm just trying to suss out how big a space you can get on that silence.
So 20. I'm trying to. I trying to. I don't know how to do putting down templates.
On your controls on the left-hand side, you've got your actor controls, and the one below that is measurement controls. It's two rulers touching butts.
Mm-hmm.
If you click on that, that'll give you
Oh
people are rolling dice.
oh no! Shit! She's going in and she's rolling
Oh, no.
terribly. Ah! How do I delete? How do I delete?
In measurement controls, you should see a little icon at the center of your template. Looks like a tiny explosion. If you click on that icon, it'll highlight it, and then you can press delete.
It's not really doing it. So there. Oh, okay. It's being really weird. Like if anytime I click on the measurement tools, it
Yeah, it's not actually letting me delete my thing. Chris will have to do it. Oh well. Sorry, chap.
I'll start making circles. But so basically, eight squares across a circle that's 8 squares across. I should have cast sending in here.
Ah, shit. Yeah. Okay. Next question. How do we get out of here?
I think those are runes.
Ooh, Vision's getting dragged across.
She's hurt. At least Nang Nang's in there. One of us could cast silence and then just run and step on one of those runes and hope that it takes us through. And then we could like double back and like speed run those guys through. You know?
Yes.
Because but I just don't know if
Should have left more marks on the tombs.
yeah, everything was so panicky.
Good thing Nang Nang told me about the water thing. There's no chance I would have
Yeah.
thought about eating a slug.
Well, it just said that it said dine or drown. Is
Ah.
the puzzle. And there's only Nang Nang and them in there, so
Yeah.
I think silence is going to make this a really easy fight,
Hopefully, it will make it not a
or
fight.
or not even a fight, an encounter.
Yeah, and then we need.
Ooh. Okay, so
Trying to think what these runes could be. If they're teleporters, like, where do they go?
yeah. Metagaming. There's seems like there'd be a space north of us.
Yes. Yeah. And south of us.
And this whole challenge has been about teleporting you weird places too. So
Yeah.
my bet, it could just like teleport us right above that pit in the gargoyles, and we just drop down.
Yeah, if I was designing this, I'd put it into like in front of the mirror or something. And then if you hadn't deactivated that by now, that'd be a insta snatch. Also, there's got to be a space back here, and behind the mask. Maybe there's like a fake door here or a false wall. That's a lot of terracotta warriors. I want to put another template down to see how big how much of this I can cover in. Oh, I've been talking to myself this whole time.
Yep.
All right,
Same
you grab
thing.
a snail,
Sorry.
munch down. Alrighty, no worries.
I have been talking to myself for so long.
Yeah, we got disconnected now. Jesus.
Sorry, anyone
Well, maybe the
watching
viewers
the
got it.
stream. I just didn't realize that Carrick was absent. Anyway, here I am.
That's right. I only just got
Yeah,
out like about 40 seconds ago. Wasn't that bad.
Oh, how are you guys doing?
Oh shit! Hold on. So, did you both ate snails, didn't you?
Good call. Good call.
Good call, guys. Good call. You appear inside a earthy like chamber. Sand is all around your legs, your waist, and you can see that Carrick and Yasin are standing before you. And in front of them is an entire army of terracotta statues, and all of them have looked in your direction.
I immediately
They
put
have
my
their
finger to my
hands
lips.
on they have their hands on their swords, ready to unsheath their blades, and you see Yasin has a finger up against his lips, gesturing shush. Oh, shit. You don't see that. You had the door fucking closed, don't you?
Yeah.
My bad. Sorry. You see what is on the wall is a chalked pattern, and it says the necklace is a button. Sorry, wreck on that whole army of terracotta. There is a secret door, and it seems as though it's already been pointed out to you. The necklace is a button, it says.
Jay.
What about the sand? Oh yeah, the sand is about 6 inches off the ground. What do you guys do? This is Ignir and Esri.
But
Sorry, I'm sorry I threw you like that. There is a there is a potential to get out of here very quickly, but it has chalked on the wall. The necklace is a button.
press it.
Okay, you press the necklace on this Medusa-like figure, and as soon as you do, it opens the door. And then there's the terracotta army. Then there's Yasin with his finger to his lips. Sorry, there, I forgot about that. But they
Oh,
did solve it very, very quickly, thanks to you, Yasin.
I'm
Well,
gonna cast silence.
Okay.
I'm gonna be very. I'm whispering like super quiet, like I'm just like kind of muttering the verbal components, just like barely saying them.
Okay. Also, and one last thing, Esri, Ignir, you feel the ground beneath you begin to buckle.
Well, I'm floating, so I will just
You
continue
float.
floating.
Cool. You float away. What about Esri?
You're gonna try and get out, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, you can move. It's difficult terrain, but you can like heave through the somewhat 12 inches of sand that have built up here. And the door is still open, but you can see it closing. It's closing quick. There's this spring hinge on it.
I tried to throw myself out.
Oh, you did? Okay, there you go. Finally, the door closes, but it doesn't make a very loud sound. It kind of just makes a dull thud. And as you see the pit open, it empties and tips the sand away. And I think, as Esri and Yasin, you've got a good look into it. You would have seen there is some sort of what can only be described as a blender beneath that pit trap.
Ugh.
It is, yeah, it's horrific. It's coated in stained blood. Spikes and blades would have turned anyone who fell in there to a pulp. And it's all of these spikes and blades are built onto rollers and they're spinning. And they chew up the sand. And any larger grains are literally like kind of turned into dust.
Ew.
Ew.
I'm going to roll
Charming.
damage for the sand. The sand takes. Okay, there it is.
Chris is gonna flex with how much damage. He's like, oh my
The
god,
sand
so many
takes
dice.
139 points of damage. And the door closes.
What?
Don't like.
Mm.
Okay. And
As you can see, I fucked up with the templates here. But
Yeah, for some reason the measurement
it.
tool isn't letting us delete our stuff.
Oh, rough. Okay, let me try and help you, buddy. There we go.
but
I've
yeah,
got
I'm
another
trying
one
to
here
cast
and
silence.
it's
It's a
not letting me,
20-foot radius.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, let me just check what happens. In fact, there might be a good place to also end it now that you're all out of danger. And you notice that Vaughn didn't follow in, so you can also sense Vaughn is out there somewhere. Did you want to let Iku know that everyone's fine? He's kind of given everyone the thumbs up until this point, so
Yeah. Vorn, just tell Vorn to give everyone a good mission accomplished, double thumbs up.
double thumbs up. Okay, right. Iku kind of nods, nervously awaits your return. But in the meantime, you guys stand before this terracotta army in complete silence. The
Did you
room also
guys
has
grab
two.
mining stuff?
I think Yasin actually has it. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Yasin
Cool.
has it.
I have what, sorry?
You picked up Nang
Mining's-
Nang's
Yes, yeah, I picked up her stuff.
magical item. Okay, cool. So, what else? What else is there? That's right, the coffin. I'm gonna leave. I'll give you a description, then we'll probably wrap it up. So, The coffin is in the center of the room, and it is around it is littered hundreds of shards of clay and pottery by the looks. It looks like a complete mess in between this cross section. The army is standing, all staring at you, hands on their weapons, unsheathed but a few inches. At the edges of the north, east, and south side of the room, there appears to be some sort of plinth, a platform with a rune carved into the top of them. But that's all you can really tell, aside from the location. And I think with you casting the silence spell, well, I'll get back to you on that. Before, as you're casting it and speaking and trying to mutter it as quietly as possible, we'll see if the terracotta army take that as a sound that they're not willing to tolerate, because their hands slowly unsheathing their swords. We'll end there and pick up next week to hopefully finally free the last spirit, the last trickster god of the Tomb of Annihilation. Thank you very much for watching, and yeah, see you again soon. Bye.
See you soon.
Woof.
Whew.